Danganronpa. Guess who it is? It's me. I'm here. And if you thought this was a Danganronpa stream, I'm gonna have some tea first. So this is tea having stream, and Boost is here. Oh yeah, and I have a cool Hollow Knight mug. So yeah, Max. You wanted to do the thingy, didn't you? Or do you want to do it later? I did it. Yay! Thank you for the sub, Max. I could guess it. I saw the badges. Busa! What? Busa, do you think the cam is tasty? I think she does think it's tasty. Anyway, yes, Max, I am very thankful for all your support. Busa. Okay, this is a bit awkward now. Oh well. Chateau? Huh? Who knows where Chateau is? Only Chateau knows. Okay. Time to... Oh, yeah. I didn't do... There we go. So yes, now for the best game in humans history, right? Let's start chapter 5. This should be like close to being the last chapter. Maybe this is the last chapter. We'll probably have a trial or 2 left. Probably 2. Today though, we have daily life. So this is just... we have our last and 5th island to explore. I don't know what's gonna be there. This game is weird. And then, yeah. After being released from the fun house, we went back to living our less than ordinary lives. And just like before, our day began with us all gathering at the restaurant. Jeez. You know, every time we meet up here, it makes me realize just how crazy this whole situation is. I mean, you're not wrong. The restaurant certainly feels more spacious than before. I mean, yeah, half of you died. Of course it feels spacious. There are less than half of us here now than we were at the beginning.
Stupid fool!
Get it together. What? Is this where weird stuff starts?
Oh my!
Did you hear something?
Hey!
It's Nekomaru. That was Coach Nekomaru's voice.
Huh?
What are you talking about? He's no longer...
What's up?
Oh. Kazu,
I'll beat you up!
what are you laughing about? Get the crap out of you if you keep grossing me out like that. Hey, that's not cool. I was up all night working my fingers out to the bone.
I am concerned.
More importantly, I am starting to get tired of the seasoning in this restaurant.
Jeez.
Seriously, didn't you realize how valuable Teru was? He was a pervert. Don't ignore me. I'm trying to talk to you about something important.
Huh?
All
Important?
right.
This took me all night to make it. What is that? It looks like a clock. Is that the one from Nekomaru's chest or what?
My!
Is that a Nekomaru doll?
No doll! I'm Mini Maru!
What? Okay. We just should accept all the situations that come to us, right?
Huh?
Mini Maru? It took some part from him to make it. What do you think? Awesome quality, right? Of course it doesn't have free will or anything, so it's more like, you know, a toy. But isn't it freaking adorable? Oh. I mean, it's kind of creepy considering how, you know, Nekomaru was very much, you know, the same Nekomaru when he was a human. And now you just took his parts and made that.
Are you serious?
Oh. Oh. Oh!
Thanks.
So cute! Thanks, I'll keep it!
Well...
Never said anything about giving it away.
I'll beat you up!
Don't be so stuck up. Your stuff is my stuff, right?
Whoa!
Ooh, hey now, that's a bully's logic.
Man...
Well, it doesn't matter. I made this to cheer you guys up anyway. And as long as we have it, we won't forget, you know, about Nekomaru's sacrifice for us. So is this your equivalent to that one shrine thing we have for Mahiru? I mean, that thing is still here, so we're standing here today because of him. So if we're gonna prevent something like that from ever happening again,
Engines ready!
so we're gonna fight too, right? You can't just keep running away.
Huh.
Gotta admit, I thought I'd hear you say something that awesome. Oh, we're getting Kazuichi stuff, no? Of course. Last time I said that about Gundam, he was executed. In the end, Gundam told us to never give up on life. So I will never give up. I shall fight until the very end. Gundam, please watch over me.
Miss Sonia?
What did you think of my little pep talk?
Oh my!
Oh, did you say something?
Are you kidding me?
Like memorizing that speech.
Jeez.
There's the punchline. Yeah, see, you can see that, you know, Mahiro shrine in the background. We have that. Yeah, I really like this. Thanks, Kazuichi.
I am Minimaru.
Man.
I'm half as happy to be thanked by you.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, can you also use that to massage your sore muscles and pressure points? You can also.
You serious?
That's amazing.
Of course.
I made it. I made it after all. Seriously, thanks. I'll take good care of it. Hana looks really happy.
Hey.
Anyway, what happened to Nagito? I haven't seen him like I usually do. You don't have to worry about that guy. Go solo all the freaking time.
Well.
Still, I'm a little worried about how he was acting during the last class trial. I mean... Nagito is Nagito. He's always weird, and then gets weirder. Well, as he's always been a dangerous bastard, but he's crossed the line, you know?
Hey.
That's even more reason we should avoid him.
But still.
But even if we do avoid him, what are you going to do if he approaches us? You approaching me? Nagito's sudden change was really weird. I wonder, did you figure something out that we're not aware of?
Now then.
Anyway, Hajime, isn't it about time you told us what that was all about? Huh? That? No, what Nagito said during the trial. You still don't realize it. Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you? I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Hey, bastard.
What do you mean by except for Hajime? You're really the traitor after all? Nah, I'm just boring. No, it's not like that. Didn't really want to say it, but I guess I have no choice. To tell you guys the truth, unlike the rest of you, well, apparently I was never part of Hope's Peak Academy's primary department. I'm a reserve corps student from the reserve department.
Huh?
Reserve department? It means, unlike you guys, I don't have an ultimate talent at all. Apparently, I'm just a normal person. Sonya's the ultimate princess. Is that all? What? That's it? Dude, that didn't scare me like that. It's not something that I can just brush off. Especially since it's about me. I thought I just forgot. But I got into Hope's Peak Academy because I had talent all along. But shit. No, that is Nekomaru's stuff. My whole life, I've just wanted to feel confident about myself. And I thought getting into Hope's Peak Academy meant I had finally become someone I could be proud of. Ultimate boredom? So Hajime? In the first game, we had Makoto, who was like, I am the most average, but, I mean, Hajime is more average than Makoto, I'd say. He's a reserve student. Like, Makoto, at least he was the lucky student in the first game. And he also turned out to be the absolute hope. Yeah, hope. Huh? Not some fucking backup student.
Right?
Cheer up, Hajime. It doesn't matter if you're from the reserve department.
Of course.
She's right. No matter what, you are a friend. No, there is a saying in Japan.
Listen.
Fear is grateful for the danger.
Hey.
Hell, saying that all wrong. Oh. Whose blood is that? Manami, I know you like fought a Mana Beast. Again, probably, but whose blood is that? So everyone was here. It was a real close battle.
I am sorry.
I apologize. I was trying to cheer you up, but I ended up saying the wrong thing. Well, it doesn't matter. Stuff is just hard to say sometimes. I agree. Huh? That's weird. Maybe you can't see me?
Huh?
What the heck? You're covered in blood. Ah, you saw me? Yes, that's right. The Mana Beast this time was very strong.
You?
Gross. Don't get close to me. Get out of here.
What?
No gratitude. I'm being treated like filth. You have been treated like filth since the very beginning by everybody.
Hey.
Hey, why don't you clean that blood off? We were trying to eat. Why is everyone so mean to Monami? I mean, if you could repair her magic stick, she'd probably fight Monokuma off. So, I don't know. Yes. I'm ashamed of myself. There we go. Now then, allow me to report to you all once again. After a fierce battle that's never been seen in history, I finally succeeded in conquering the last Monobis. Because of this, it's finally possible for you to travel to the final island. I see. What a thin reaction. It's like I'm surrounded by tons of shabu-shabu from all-you-can-eat restaurant. Don't tell me this again. Lieutenant says stuff like, it's not like we can get off this island. Why bother going to the new island? Oh, it's true that I don't really expect much.
Don't misunderstand.
Who said we weren't gonna go? Obviously we're gonna go, dumbass.
So,
Assuming we were thinking about running away was a mistake.
I'll show you my
We can't run, we'll fight! We'll crush everyone who puts us through the scrap in one blow. Fight? Seriously? That fearsome group is called World Ender for a reason, you know?
What are you saying?
Why, did you forget what you said earlier?
Hey!
Mess. When you said that because I was trying to impress Miss Sonia.
What?
Don't brag about that.
Settle down.
If you have the power to fight among yourselves, then direct that power toward our enemy.
All right.
Now then, let us go forth. Offense is the best defense.
Damn right.
You're right. Now's not the time for us to be bickering. I don't really get it, but when Miss Sonia talks like that, my blood starts to boil.
All right.
Getting pumped up. Let's charge our way to that new island.
Starting to get pumped
Future
up.
Foundation, Monokuma, Monami, crush them all at once. Why Monami? Even me? You guys seem reliable. Hey, don't talk like you're not included. You're a friend too, you know? You're right.
Leave it to me.
Then I gotta do my best too. Okay. We going to the new island, the final one. Let's see how weird it is. As we left the restaurant, the expressions on our faces were clearly different than they were before. They were filled with strong will and determination. And hope? Armed with that, we began walking toward the last island. But the clouds in my heart still lingered. I couldn't stop thinking about the reserve department. And that filled me with a strange uncomfortable feeling, like a small bone was lodged in my throat. But I tried not to think about it. I tried to stay focused on moving forward. Is Hajime gonna turn into something like Ultimate Hope too? Or nah? With the Monobis gone, we crossed the 5th bridge and arrived at the final island. Oh, wow.
This is the last island.
Suburbs, the island. Huh? Enormous buildings towered everywhere, as if the entire island were one gigantic city. Felt very sci-fi, as though the island was a snapshot of an urban metropolis from the near future.
I guess it has an ambiance befitting of a final island.
Wow. Sea King Industries. Oh wow. Oh wow. There's a bunch of strange machines lined up in all directions. Feels very sci-fi. Sea King Industries. Huh? They're a company that specializes in manufacturing electric insulation and other machine parts. They're a mid-sized company with only 100 employees, but they're the biggest corporation on Jabberwock Island. This place looks like a research facility. For a mid-sized company, this is a pretty nice facility. I guess so. We read about them in the pamphlet next to the reception desk. Besides, the size of the company isn't the issue here.
What's going on?
This company obviously doesn't make machine parts, so just what the heck are they making here? Mana beasts, I'm assuming. At least that thing on the left looks like one. He's right. It's like they're making something more dangerous. Seems like it might be a good idea to thoroughly investigate this place. See this thing. This machine is making another machine. You never heard of factories, Hajime? The finished product looks like it's modeled after a four-legged animal. Hey, doesn't that animal-looking machine remind you of anything? Are you talking about the Mana Beasts?
Maybe.
Is there any chance that those Mana Beasts were created here? Mana Beasts were created here?
Fine.
Yep, that's what this place is for.
Hey!
No matter how much you insist it's a game, people won't be convinced if a place like this doesn't exist, right?
Bye-bye!
That's why it's just fine.
There's something wrong.
What the hell did he mean by that? Doesn't make any sense at all. Not to you, obviously, you pesky video game character. Doesn't matter who's convinced, because I'll never be convinced.
What's going on?
This place is for manufacturing machine parts. How are they able to create such a dangerous robot in a place like this? Does this mean Monokuma took over this place and modified it to do this? Damn it, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Oh, so thoroughly, inspecting this place is, checking out two machines. Oh. Okay. Seems fun. This automated machine looks like it's making something. Is this a mannequin?
Maybe.
Humanoid machine. Is that a robot?
You serious?
See? How can they make robots? Just how far did technology advance without me knowing? Did you think Nekomaru was made here?
That was close.
Similar humanoid robot. It's possible, maybe. Except Nekomaru as a robot wasn't all that humanoid. Guess kinda, but
Hey!
how would a company that manufactures machine parts have access to this kind of technology? I don't know. Maybe this place is somehow connected to the Future Foundation too. Perhaps. Okay. Kazuichi, is it your time to snap now or what? Hey Kazuichi, get a hold of yourself. Huh? Why? Why? Because you just started laughing all of a sudden. Well, obviously, what am I gonna do except laugh? I mean, it's just so childish. What are you talking about?
Hey.
Oh, there's a computer over there, so I started snooping around to see if I could find any clues. Whoever was using this computer must have been sending emails to his buddy or something. He was probably trying to write a manga or something. He sent one of his story ideas to his buddy. Such a horrible, delusional story. I was so embarrassed to read it that it gave me goosebumps. So you found a fanfic or what? Delusional story? So, what was written in the email anyway? Lore time? Now, let's start with the idea for the story. Maybe global riots are occurring in various regions around the world. Lore! Is this what the... How was it called? Most tragic, the worst event in human history. Or however that was called. These riots were caused by high school students. I mean, seriously? That's not realistic at all.
Yeah.
So these riots just keep growing as people grow more dissatisfied and frustrated with society. Until eventually, it spreads like an infectious disease all over the world. Footage of the riots started getting circulated, and strange incidents started occurring one after another. Hopeless anxiety instantly spreads throughout the world, as the end of the world gets closer and closer. I mean, I suppose that is sort of what we saw. Everybody was also wearing Monokuma masks. End of the world? I know, right? Sounds like something a lame high school band would think of as song title.
Hey.
Whoever wrote this needs to come up with better story ideas, because this wasn't realistic at all. I mean, students causing a riot on that scale is totally impossible. I'd never believe it for a second. But only a valuable lesson, I should always delete embarrassing emails right away. Hey, about that. Are you sure it's okay to say that it's just a made-up story? Well, of course. I mean, unrealistic things might happen in real life from time to time, but
Of course
there's
not.
no way this is real. It's more impossible than a notebook that kills people just by writing in it. Haha. You're right. It's just a lot of unimaginable things have kept happening to us, so maybe I'm getting a little confused. No, Hajime, that's like probably exactly what happened. But the world ending, there's no way something so unbelievable could actually happen. Well, at any rate, it's clear now, isn't it? What's clear? This used to be Seeking Industries, but it's not anymore.
I see.
After this island became uninhabited, Monokuma took over this place and modified it without permission. He did all that just to shock us. That's the reason?
That's right.
That's so weird. The whole time he's been doing similar stuff to us. But why?
This is bad.
Maybe there's a bunch of crazy rich dudes who are into this stuff. They're the ones who are making us kill each other. Those bastards get off on watching kids kill each other.
Hey, hey, hey.
Wait, hold on. Now that I say it out loud, that's actually a terrible assumption. If that's true, then our fates are in the hands of those rich, perverted bastards. That sounds like something that would happen in a work of fiction. But the thought of it actually happening in reality is definitely unsettling. Okay. I suppose this is it for this place. Army. Jabberwock military base. Hey Akane, you wanted to fight Monokuma, huh? I mean, that thing over there. Yeah, it's Akane. Is that a tank? Is it real? Not just that, there's a lot of other stuff here that looks really dangerous. I mean, Mana Beasts looked very dangerous as well.
I knew you could do it.
Mighty. Truck! Is this a military truck? Unlike the airplane at the first island, this looks like it actually has an engine inside. But I don't even know how to drive. And besides, it's not like I can escape this island by driving off of it. Time for you to learn how to drive! Because, who cares about driving licenses in this kind of situation? It's a military truck. There's something in the cargo box. Firearms? And there's a ton of them. There's a lot of different weapons like guns and anti-tank rockets carelessly stacked in here. Is it really alright to handle these carelessly? I mean, this is a tank, right? Is it real? Can it move? I mean, if you push hard enough. This helicopter. Is this a helicopter Monokuma used to execute Teruteru? This helicopter. Don't screw with me. Did you hit it? Ow. Hajime, what happened? It's nothing, I'm fine. I couldn't help punching it, but I just ended up hurting my fist. You're a genius, Hajime, aren't you? Damn it, I'm so weak. I mean, against a helicopter. I suppose you are. This appears to be a military base. Is that so? Despite the fact that this island is quite small, the military technology here seems rather extensive. These might prove useful when the time comes to combat the Fusion Foundation. Useful? There's no way we'd be able to operate stuff like tanks and heavy weapons. Huh? Really? In my country, even a child in grade school can operate a tank, no problemo. I mean, Sonia, you have mentioned that your country invaded our country. Our country in this game is Japan, right? So, I suppose it does make sense for it to be very militaristic, but like, yeah. No problemo? A course in modern warfare is a required class in all our grade schools. An obsession with anime and now this? Sonia's country never ceases to baffle me.
However,
weapons are only weapons when humans start to use them.
I am concerned.
If no one uses them, they're nothing more than scrap metal. You're right. Unfortunately, this stuff in the base probably won't be useful to us. This all is gonna matter.
Please wait.
No, that is wrong. Huh? Well, I have discovered a puzzling document in the tank operator's seat. That's the Future Foundation's insignia. Lore! Jabberwock Island Development Plan. What is this?
However,
I assume it belongs to Monokuma. It was placed rather ostentatiously? I do not know how much we can trust it. Do you think it could be a useful clue? Monokuma probably did leave it. Like you said, it's hard to know how much we can trust it. So, what does it say? Beyond what is written in here, I do not know much.
well,
But it does document Jabberwock's Island's redevelopment plan at considerable length. What is that plan? To place Jabberwock Island under the Future Foundation's control and prepare it as a central headquarters. A central headquarters for the Future Foundation? I thought Jabberwock Island was a tourist destination. Why would the Future Foundation be interested in it? In actuality, there was something written in here that caught my attention. The travel agency that managed Jabberwock Island went bankrupt, so the island was uninhabited for a long time. Because of that, the island was unaffected by the incident, which allowed them to easily gain a foothold. Wait, hold on. This place was uninhabited for a long time? That's true, the maintenance here has been way too attentive. The items at the supermarket are always stocked, and the hotel is still really clean. Was that the Future Foundation's responsibility? But more importantly, what's the incident? What does it mean that the island was unaffected by it? Oh, the most awful, the most tragic event in human history, which nobody's gonna tell you about. I cannot discern that from this passage alone. Simply reading this will not help me grasp what those words mean.
well,
However, there is one more thing that caught my attention. There's more? Do you remember the guidebook to Jabberwock Island in the library? It was written there that the central island houses a large administrative building. However, we could not find that building anywhere. We even commented on how strange that was, right?
however,
But according to this plan, the building that the Future Foundation is planning to use for their headquarters, could it be that same building? They're planning to rebuild it and use it as the Future Foundation's headquarters. Or so it's written. What the heck? So inconsistent. How do you rebuild a building that doesn't even exist? Well, perhaps it was already rebuilt and or moved? Damn it, what the hell is going on? Lore!
perhaps.
We're so distracted by all of the horrible situations that kept happening one after the other. We might have overlooked a more pressing issue. And that is the mystery of this island. But what's really going on? This mystery doesn't make any sense. No matter how much we think about it, there is no reason behind it. Okay, Akane? Man, this place is boring. Boring? What are you talking about? There's a tank here! Oh my god, Hajime. You're so shocked by a tank.
You.
Huh? I like strong dudes. Weapons don't excite me at all.
Obviously.
A real man fights with his fists. That goes for women too.
Alright!
Go to battle a little? If you win, you can rest on my boob pillows. What? No thanks. Boob pillows? Same, Hajime, same. Like, you know, how do you get other people's attention? And Akane is like, so the way how Akane does that is just offer to battle some people, and then, like, you know, say that if they win, they can rest on her boot pillows, apparently. Factory. That seems very dangerous. Let's go! Plushie factory. Oh. White smoke is billowing from the building in the back. Is this some kind of factory? What if it's got Monokuma's face on it? I'm sure it's a shady factory anyway.
Hajime.
Ah, Hajime, good timing. Shady factory. They make shades. What's up, Chiaki?
See?
This building clearly looks suspicious, right? I was thinking it might be good if I thoroughly look around inside, but
Well?
since it clearly looks suspicious, I thought it'd be dangerous to go alone. Then do you want to go inside together? I'm surprised you didn't say okay. Why are you hesitating? Alright, then I'm going inside. Okay! Okay. Oh. What the heck is this? So, Monokuma is made out of palm trees? I have some questions to the technology here, but what was being manufactured one after the other and being carried away on the conveyor belt was Monokuma. Oh wait, this one in... Yay!
I've been found.
Thought so. Oh, look at this. Like a dolphin. Oh, Chiaki, so you did go in here. Okay. Well, just manufacturing equipment. The conveyor belt. The conveyor belt is endlessly moving through this enormous machine. The coconut tree carried by the conveyor belt is processed and eventually made into this stupid thing. The Monokumas are being tossed into this gigantic basket, one after the other. They better not be real. Haha, wait for them to all laugh simultaneously. I picked one up with my hand. I see. So these are plushies. I get it now. I was thinking you were more about empty hops. But this is better. Monokuma plushies. Ah, the real Monokuma is sort of like a plushie too. But unlike him, these are probably actual plushies. Rumph! Isn't the resemblance uncanny? They're my life-size plushies. Life-size plushies? I was planning to hit the big time with these. That's why I'm making them like crazy. I'm gonna be rich. But you've made way too many. You're gonna be overstocked when it's all said and done. Monokuma's life-size plushie. I don't want it. I see. If Monokuma plushies are made just from coconut trees, then I suppose they're vegan. I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but okay. I see. So this place is for manufacturing life-size Monokuma plushies. What kind of messed up place is this? Don't look down on me. You really think it's just for life-size plushies? There's a lot more Monokuma merch in the goods warehouse next door.
Hey.
What should we do? Honestly, I really don't feel like going.
But still.
But what if there's some kind of important clue? What are you gonna do? You're right, then we should go there for just a little while. Hajime, what if you become... What if you become addicted to Monokuma merch somehow? Looks like the break room is on the other side of this door. Sounds like a place for housewives to gossip, but it doesn't seem like there's anyone at this factory. Wait, where should we go again? Warehouse, right? So it's not for there. It's this. Yay. Without thinking, I peeked into the piled up stacks of cardboard boxes. There's the Monokuma calendar, a Monokuma sandbag, and even the Monokuma guitar. First there was the Monokuma archive in the funhouse, now there's a plushie factory and all these goods. How full of himself is he? Mascot popularity doesn't last forever. I gotta earn the big bucks while I can. A mascot that isn't popular anymore is like a piece of candy without any sugar. In other words, it has no reason for existing. I'm starting to talk even crazier. Oh. Okay, I suppose camera walks like this here. Tons of books. There's a bunch of books stacked up high. What in the world are these? Monokuma's poetry collection? Poetry! How stupid! Who the hell is going to read this crap?
Hey.
There's another book here too. Let's see. Monokuma's Most Precious Moments.
See?
That's the actual title of this book. But it's a collection of nude photos. I mean, isn't Monokuma like always nude? So... Monokuma is already naked.
Yep.
I know. Random goods. There are a bunch of cardboard boxes stacked on top of each other. There are various goods inside them. There are even household appliances and musical instruments. They're probably used for packaging goods before they're shipped. Looks like they're waiting to be shipped, but I don't think these are even going to leave the island. Then we have Monokuma panel. This looks like a Monokuma panel, but why so many? I was thinking about using these to decorate the stores that sell my merch and make them look all boom. And they'd stand out, you know? No store would sell your stuff.
You're so
Of course
stupid.
not. You're such a fool. That's why I'll open an official Monokuma shop. I'm thinking about opening chains all over the world. Of course, the main attraction will be my life-size Monokuma plushie. I can't believe you thought that far into the future when you made these. Your business is doomed to fail. Enough already! You have no business sense anyway, so just stop it.
No.
Hey, don't say that. Let's do our best together. We'll be as popular as Pogs were in the 90s.
Hey.
Don't you remember how long those stayed popular? Besides, if you're serious about opening a business, you've already committed a major mistake.
I won't forgive
Because
you.
there's no merch of me!
My little
Oh,
sister.
Monami. My little sister. Don't you know the Aesop fable about the rabbit and the bear? Not a tortoise?
Hey,
A long time ago, there were these two old guys. Two old guys living together? The old guys thought rabbits aren't as popular as bears. The end. Huh? Did you even need the old guys in that story?
in other words,
Of course, so they could live together. So even if I made merch of you, it's pointless. A half-pink rabbit is so lame. You don't have 1 ounce of good fashion sense.
Stupid brother.
You did this to me. You're the one who has no fashion sense.
What a hopeless way of snapping back.
But honestly, I can't help but feel like I might have made too many panels.
Special bleeding
So whoever
service.
wants to decorate the room, please do it as much as you like.
Here.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Hajime, let's run! You're right. We ran out of the warehouse, narrowly awaiting Monokuma's plan for inventory disposal. And by the way, in that room, you could see a cart. And like, carts can be used in a murder plan, so I don't know if that's gonna matter. It's like you just got tired. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I see.
Yo.
Hey, Hajime, I was looking for you. What's up, Fuyuhiko? I think you've probably finished exploring this island by now. So there are just 2 places? You're right. I think I've explored everywhere at least once for now. Oh, really?
Damn right.
And do you want to meet up with everyone and discuss things? Yeah, I don't mind. Figured it'd be annoying if we all went back to the hotel for this. There's a street nearby lined with food vendors, so I told everyone to meet up there.
Later.
I'm heading over there right now. Hurry up and come over. After letting me know, Fuyuhiko left the area. He actually took the time to tell everyone about that, huh? Well, now's not really the time to be impressed by something like that. It'd be bad to make the others wait. I should hurry over to the street with the food stands. I haven't explored the vendor street. Alright, looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
What about Nagito? Chairs. It's not like he's our friend or anything.
Like.
Couldn't get in touch with him. Don't know where the hell he is or what he's doing.
Now then.
So how did it go? Did you learn anything about the Future Foundation? Not really. Like, I feel like I learned stuff, but also feel like I didn't learn anything. It's not clear which information we found is believable, if any.
However,
I believe there is no question that the Future Foundation is behind everything that has been going on.
Well.
Are we sure about that? Huh? The mighty, huh? What are you saying? If they're not our enemy, then what are they? If they're our ally, there's no way they'd trap us on this island.
Well, yeah.
That's true, but there's something I've been thinking about.
Hey.
Hanami works at a Future Foundation, right? She's pretty much admitted it by this point. But even though Monokuma is forcing us to kill each other, Manami has been opposing him. You mean, pretending to oppose him, right?
that's wrong.
No, I don't think she's pretending. They clearly hate each other. Then, it's possible that the enemy of your enemy is actually an ally. Because she opposes Monokuma, you think she's our ally? She is bit...
Please wait.
Even if they both oppress one another, is it not possible that they're both our enemy?
Starting to get
Like a
pumped
freeway
up.
battle? That's kinda hot.
Hey.
Why, after all this time, suddenly backing up the Future Foundation?
Whoa.
Talking like that because you're actually the traitor that's working for them?
Damn it.
Be a fucking idiot.
I won't be
No
fooled.
way, you're clearly suspicious. I mean, if you don't...
Settle down.
Kazuichi Soda, shut up! Yes!
Listen.
There never was a traitor. Monokuma lied to us.
Oh my.
Lied?
Well,
It is simply a false entity that Monokuma made up so we would be suspicious of each other.
insolent fool.
How can you not believe in your friends after everything you have endured together? Weak. How weak? Hi, Nagito. I could recognize you by your voice.
Man.
Instead of facing the problem directly and overcoming it, you're desperately trying to run away.
Such despair.
Weakness is hopeless. Nagito? Haha! Somebody showed up. Nagito, where have you been this whole time?
Jeez.
I wonder where your thought process wandered off to. As usual, you guys just keep running around in circles. What are you, hamsters? Oops. If I compare you guys to hamsters, will I get yelled at by that weakling who dropped out?
That is...
What does that?
Now then.
You asked where I've been this whole time, right?
Well,
I was in the middle of looking for someone. Looking for someone? I thought that person might have already arrived. But I guess I was wrong. Or maybe that person is hiding in a secret location and carefully watching us. Hey, who are you talking about? You're saying there's someone else on this island besides us? It's probably the survival of the killing school life. Survivor. That person. Who? Out of the surviving students of the previous game, we had, like, who? Makoto? I suppose there's Hina and Hiro, but I don't think they're too interesting. Then there's Kyoko. Kyoko is, yeah, some love for Kyoko, but then who? Nagito, is there a Makoto hidden somewhere here or what?
how about it?
If so, all the things might start adding up, don't you think? Are you talking about Byakuya? He's a survivor you're talking about, right?
What?
Huh? Oh, I see. You guys have only reached that stage. What stage? Not making sense at all.
It's not making sense.
Jeez.
But still, if you think about it properly, you might be able to figure it out. Why would Byakuya, a survivor of the killing school life, die in vain like he did at the very beginning?
Right?
Don't you think it's strange? What does it mean?
That is an order.
The issue is not with what he means. Please take back what you said about Byakuya dying in vain.
That's right.
Listen to Miss Sonia.
Well,
You have been acting very strange lately. I do not like this version of Nagito we have been witness to. Do you like any version of Nagito you have been witness to? I don't like it either. Well, I never liked it in the first place.
This is true.
No, it looks like I'm being hated. Nagito is being hated. Well, that's understandable. There's no way you guys can even comprehend my suffering. So edgy. Knowing the truth can be pretty painful in its own way. The truth? What truth? What do you know? Curious, are you? But why don't I tell you guys that after I found out who the traitor is? Huh?
Actually,
To tell you the truth, I still haven't figured out who the traitor is. But it won't take me very long. You guys don't have to worry. I'll weed out the traitor even if it costs me my life. Wow, Nagito.
what?
You're going to weed out the traitor?
please wait.
As I have already said, there is no traitor. I'll bet in the end, you're just gonna raise your hand and go, I'm actually the traitor, right? You're a funny guy, Kazuichi. But why don't I tell you guys that after we found out who the traitor is? If I'm able to wipe out all the despair in this island, will I?
This is exciting.
Will I become the ultimate hope? Ultimate hope? What the hell are you talking about? Have you finally lost your damn mind?
Now then.
I should get going. But if you see Monokuma again, there's something I want to tell him. Tell him he doesn't need to provide a motive anymore. Huh? Tell him not to worry because I'm planning to go all out. Besides, the next one will probably be the last. Nagito, what does that mean?
Bye now.
Nagito just approached us and then he decided to be edgy for a while and then left. Fine. Nagito ignored Chiagi's question and left us. We were powerless to stop him. It was clear to us that trying to stop him would just be useless.
Hey.
I want to think about it, but to be fair, out of all the people we have here, I think Fuyuhiko has denied being a traitor a lot. But maybe he could be. Sonya doesn't believe that there's a traitor at all. I suppose Kazuichi is supporting Sonya in that. But I don't think we heard Akane say anything on the matter. So she's not, like, denying it. So far. Could she be the traitor then? Just because she hasn't said anything about it. We'll see. I don't have to think about it, but could he be planning a kill?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that can be correct too. Kill? Who? Who's gonna kill?
Damn it!
Based on how he was talking, looks like his target is the traitor.
Please wait.
There is no such person. I mean, the notion that one of us has been deceiving us all along. I will never, ever believe that. Like Sonia said, I can't believe it either. I don't think any of us could do that. But what if it's Nagito? Or what if whoever it is has forgotten about it? What if the traitor has forgotten that they're the traitor? Just like how I forgot that I don't have a talent? Well, regardless of who he's targeting, there's a high chance that he's planning to kill, right?
That's right!
And we gotta tie him up again. Forcing him to stop is the only way.
Oh.
It's impossible. Nakomaru's not even here anymore.
I'll show you my serious
I've got what it
side.
takes to deal with someone as weak as him.
I'm here too.
That's a yes, right? Just leave it to me. Once I come up with a plan, we'll meet up again. Tie up Nagito, huh? Kazuichi is right. It's dangerous to let Nagito wander freely. We're being cautious, we have to act fast. But what is this indescribable anxiousness I'm feeling? I mean, someone's about to die, probably. I hope it just means I'm thinking too much. No, you're not. Someone's gotta die. What if the traitor is Chiaki? For the time being, we decided to finish our exploration of the final island and return to the hotel. It was already dark by the time we returned to the hotel. I mean, the traitor is not necessarily the bad person. Because in the first game, Sakura was the traitor. But she didn't wanna... basically, in the first game, Monokuma had Sakura as a traitor. Because he didn't think that killings would start fast. And so, if they didn't start, then Sakura was supposed to, like, kill another student? I think that was the logic in the first game. But, she also didn't wanna. To the point where in chapter, like, 4, I think she like, committed suicide. She was like, no, I cannot do this. And she opposed Monokuma. For some reason, I'm really tired today. Well, since I walked around all day today, I was able to obtain several clues. Although I'm not really certain if you can even call these clues. Okay, Max. Sad, I feel like we're just suffering from more mysteries that don't make sense. Oh yeah, by the way, the lurk emote from me has been approved. Just in time for the stream, actually. It was like... not long... not... just about, like, what? An hour or two before I started. This isn't good. As soon as nighttime hits, I can't stop thinking all these pessimistic thoughts. And yeah, now you can actually read it. I think. This might be a bad habit of mine. I should just get some sleep for today, rest my mind for a while, and then I'll give this some more thought tomorrow.
Actually,
Words are extremely dangerous. Unlike letters, words cannot be undone with erasers or with a backspace. That's why you need to be extremely careful. Same goes for me. There was a time in my past when I got in for a lot of trouble because of that. That's right, when I was being trained at the safari park. At the time, there were 2 animals at the park that I got along with. One was a squirrel named, is it Sir? No? Dietrich? I cannot know how to read. And the other was a fox named Cha-Cha Jr. To be honest, Cha-Cha Jr. was really stupid. If a female employee tried to have a serious talk with him, he'd just stare at her boobs the whole time. That's why Sir Dietrich would order him to steal panties. And that idiot would get real happy when he exchanged the panties he stole for Dietrich's old aunties. Also, this one time, the three of us went to a steakhouse, and the waiter asked, "How would you like it cooked?" Chacha Jr. probably sat with fire. Sir Dietrich was pretty crafty. He knew how to play Chacha Jr. He made Chacha Jr. abduct a fawn and drown it, and he saved that drowning fawn himself. And he made Chacha Jr. tell everyone about it. Man, he really did some shady things. Anyway, the three of us were getting along together. We were living a fun life in the safari park. That's right, until the day I ended up saying those words. I accidentally sent this to Chacha Jr. Foxes are squirrels' natural enemies. The next day, I stumbled across what was left of Dietrich SR. He had been eaten. Good thing I immediately tattled to a male employee so he could put down Chacha Jr. with a hunting rifle. Even now, I regret saying what I said back then. And that is where Monokuma got his love for making people kill each other.
What the hell?
Jeez, squirrels have it rough. They have so many natural enemies. I am very ashamed of my reading skills.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is gonna be another perfect tropical day! Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today!
I'm pretty sure everyone's starting to meet up. For now, I should head over to the restaurant. Okay, restaurant it is, huh? These butterflies are behind everything. They're evil. I don't know. What if you refresh? The alert one was approved just an hour or two before the stream started. Oh, Hajimin, check it out, I'm already eating. As usual, you're eating a lot. Oh, we might get locked in a place like the funhouse again. So I gotta eat what I can.
Eat well, shit well.
For now.
Okay, now that we've finished our breakfast, let's jump right into the main topic. Does Hajime eat? Do you remember when we talked about, releases? And the motto we came up with? It's kind of like that, We're still eating here. I just got here. I haven't had a chance to eat anything yet. It's okay. Pretty much done eating. You selfish little...
You know,
And of course, the main topic is about our plan to capture Nagito that we're supposed to carry out today.
It cannot be.
Are you really going to do it? Of course. Spent all night coming up with this plan. Means I haven't slept for 2 days straight. Don't you think my effort should count for something?
Hey, bastard.
You get it. Hurry up and spit out that plan of yours already. Well, I thought up several plans, but in the end, I figured that a straightforward plan would be the best. One of us will be the decoy who lures Nagito into the lobby by telling him we need to talk about him there. And then, at the best possible moment, 2 task force members will move in and swiftly capture Nagito.
Alright.
So that's the plan. What do you think? Just need to understand, so I'm cool with it. Anyway, are there any bananas left? So now, I will present each of you with your role.
Of course.
So this is my plan. I'll take the room of the commander. I won't let anyone object to that.
Hey, hey.
But commander, sounds like the most fun.
Hey!
just say I won't let anyone object.
Right.
Next, I'll present the 2 tactful force members. These big roles go to you too, Fuyuhiko and Akane. For reading, of course. Sure thing.
Jeez, you're pathetic.
Got no choice.
You know, right?
And the person bearing you at the core of this plan, the decoy who has to learn Nagito, give that role to Chiaki Nanami.
No way.
Huh? No way. What did you say?
So...
I mean, it's not like I ever agreed to this plan.
Hey,
It's gonna be fine. Not like you're gonna tie him up. You're just gonna lure him.
well...
Besides, there's no way I'd ask Miss Sonia to take on such a dangerous role, you know? So please, I'm begging you.
Hey.
Don't wait to ask her help. If Mahiro was here, she would have beaten you up.
You...
And you did say earlier that you definitely can't accept killing. Is that right? I need your help to stop another killing. And did I just say I'm begging you? Why are you snapping at her all of a sudden?
Oh.
Fine. Chiaki, did you suddenly realize the truth of this universe or what?
Alright!
Can I do it? Right, then this lineup is perfect. Hey, Sonia and I haven't been given roles. What should we do? Sonia has the role of princess. That doesn't make any sense.
For now...
And you're in core duty. You need to supply the rope we need to tie up Nagito.
Bow down.
Denied.
Whoa!
Why?
Listen.
If Hajime has nothing to do anyway, he shall accompany me.
Miss Sonia?
Like I said, he needs to supply the rope.
You must not.
This is not a request. This is an order. Sonia. Why?
That is an order.
An order, I tell you. There is somewhere I must go. Yeah. Fine. Hajime and Miss Sonia are free, it's fine.
I'll leave that matter
Good,
to your
repeat that.
Damn it!
Hajime and Miss Sonia are free, it's fine. Is she enjoying herself? To object so forcefully. Where do you need to go, Sonia? I shall tell you in due time. It will be discovered if I speak too loudly. Discovered by whom? Do you mean Nagito?
What did
You're gonna be alone with Hajime at a secret place? For now, we'll carry out the plan tonight. Love you. Make sure you prepare your bodies and minds.
Huh?
Our commander going to be okay? His energy seems to have dropped pretty drastically. Let's all disperse for now. Now then, please come to the hotel lobby in 30 minutes. Yeah, sure thing. I am going to stab you. After our planning meeting had ended, I quickly finished eating my breakfast. What if she's gonna be like, Hajime? Since you're boring anyway, I'm the traitor. By the time I made it back to my cottage, it was already close to the time I agreed to meet Sonia. What is this music? This is not happy music. This is like mysterious one, right? Okay, it's more chill now. Oh, Monami! It's pretty refreshing to eat food by the pool. She's still eating. I'm Monami. What's up? You can't! Your teacher can't allow this plan! Shut the hell up, you useless rabbit!
You can't.
No, I won't be quiet! I cannot accept this plan! Hey, what happened?
Man.
Well, that Monami bastard apparently heard about our plan.
I won't
You
forgive
can't!
you.
Your teacher can't allow this plan!
Shut up! Shut
Like we want to do this. We're just doing it because Nagito's dangerous.
Right.
He's planning to kill someone. This is just self-defense. But I still can't ignore it. I just can't allow my students to fight among themselves. Love! Love! Shut the hell up, you useless rabbit. Looks like they're talking in circles. It might be better if I just leave them alone. If they keep shouting like that, I'm pretty sure Nagito might overhear them. Anyway, we have Sonia to meet. Hi, Sonia. Hajime, you're late. Huh? I'm right on time. Wait, should I have come a little earlier? A little earlier? In my country, you are severely punished if you do not arrive 13 minutes before an arranged meeting time. We're such an orderly country. 13 minutes is a pretty arbitrary rule.
That is...
Oh, I see. This is culture shock. And I guess that can be overlooked. So where are you planning to go? I just have to come along, right?
Well?
Of course. It is a place that pertains to this discovery we made yesterday. Jamrock Island Development Plan? Did you find out something about it? How should I say this? After reading this document over and over again, I suddenly realized the Future Foundation was planning to rebuild a facility on this island to use as their headquarters. You're talking about the large administrative building on the central island, right? But I couldn't find a building like that anywhere. Maybe they said something about a different island?
Do you have a minute?
Or what if their plan suddenly changed and they had to use a different facility? A different facility?
Well?
Was there not a facility on this island inscribed with the symbol of the Future Foundation? As I recall, the ancient ruin on the second island had such a symbol on its door. Yeah, you're right. The Japanese word for future, mirai, was inscribed there. If that's the case, that ruin might be connected to a Future Foundation, right?
However...
The discrepancies in the documents are strange. There is no doubt that the ruin is quite suspicious. Right. I'd completely forgotten about it after being locked inside the funhouse, but the possibility that that ancient ruin is connected to the Future Foundation is incredibly high. I knew there was something strange about that place. Sonia, after hearing all this, I want to go there as much as you do. I'll definitely come with you. Then, I might not be competent, so please be patient with me. So we're going there, right? Okay. Let's go then. Hi, Chucky.
Hey.
Hey, what exactly does Kazuichi do as a commander? How should I know?
Well?
In games, commanders are usually flags. Flags? If you defeat the commander, no matter how many of their units are left, you still secure a victory. Even damaging the commander is enough to decrease the opponent's morale. As far as plans go, it's a pretty standard tactic.
I'll leave that matter
Wonderful!
to your
The
discretion.
plan has my seal of approval. Continue to target the commander. You're totally mistaking who to fight. What's the point of targeting Kazuichi?
That is...
You're right. What a shame. Shame? Kazuichi heard that his rapidly diminishing enthusiasm might plummet into the negatives. Know why, but I'm starting to feel sorry for that guy. To the second island we shall go.
I see.
At the ancient ruins on the second island, the word Mirai or future was inscribed on the door. Discrepancies in the document are strange, but yeah, that ruin is suspicious. I get it. Second island, let's go. You saying the same thing?
I see.
Yes. Okay, ancient ruin it is. No matter how many times I see this place, it suddenly gives me the willies.
However...
Well, we should not dwell on that. After all, we are here to look for clues. And yeah, by the way, if this is perhaps the same school that the killings took part in, then Byakuya, Makoto, and everybody just went to this island instead, then that would leave me wondering where all the others are. Because I suppose Byakuya was here, yes, but nah. But then... There were several other people besides him. That's right, there's no doubt we'll find something here. Alright, let's start. Now that I'm taking a closer look at it, the door looks even stranger. For a building that looks pretty rundown and shabby, this door looks very high-tech. Future, huh? There's a machine gun. This is a real gun. This building is so important that it requires this much security. And we have the panel. This liquid crystal display next to the door. That's probably it. This is probably the key. This door will probably open if we input the correct numbers.
Please wait.
We have discussed this before as well, but it would be dangerous to test it haphazardly.
Well,
If we make a mistake, it is possible that we will be fired upon by that gun. I can think of no other reason for that gun to be there. As long as that's a possibility, it'd be bad if we acted recklessly.
I am concerned.
That is right. Courage and recklessness are completely different. If you were shot by a gun like that, you would have more holes in you than a Beatrice's nest. You mean a bee's nest? In my country, they use the expression Beatrice's nest. Anyway, right now we definitely shouldn't test it out so recklessly. In order to open this door, we must find the password first. Or, destroy the door with some kind of explosive force. Nah, that's impossible. This door looks extremely sturdy. It's definitely better if we find out the password instead. Can you damage the gun? Alright, all we have to do next is find out what that password is. It's a good thing we came here so we could at least find that out. You are right. But the problem is, where would we obtain that password? When we first came here, even Monokuma and Monami said they didn't know the password. If they really don't know it, how are we supposed to find out? As usual, it's a mystery, huh? Just get Nagito, he's lucky. He will just input a random number and get it. After finishing our investigation of the ancient ruin, Sonia and I decided to go back to our cottages for now. Okay. Fine. It's still in the middle of the day. Looks like I have some free time. Now then, what should I do? Free time, huh? Okay. Who are we spending time with? Pet. We could spend time with Fuyuhiko maybe, or who? Sonia is cool too. And Akane. I wonder if we can spend time with Nagito. If he is even somewhere. I suppose he is. But okay. No. Let's do Akane. I mean, I will probably have some more free time, so... And... Hi, Akane!
I'm starting to get
Let's
pumped
switching,
up.
making sure Nagito pays. Yeah, let's hang out, sure. And let's go train, come with me. Kana excitedly dragged me away, and we devoted ourselves to training. Looks like Akane and I grew a little closer. A present? Oh, of course! Let's see. Oh, I have some new stuff. I know that one of them is the earring from Gundam. What else? Oh. Okay. And these two items as well. Three more, huh? Okay. Hakane, what do you like? You like this, so have it. Doesn't he got one of you? Yeah, okay. Hey, you. You're like really small, Harvey? It's Hajime. Oh, right, that's it. I was close enough. Anyway, are you even eating? I don't really have much of an appetite, but I am eating regularly. I see, then it's okay. When I see small things that don't look like they're eating much, I can't help feeling worried. You're a grandma, spiritually. Can't survive if you don't eat when you can, you know? Well, it's true that eating is necessary, but aren't you going a little overboard?
Wait.
Of course not. That's normal back home. Hey, Akane. I've been wondering about this for a while, but about your home.
What?
It's not that big of a deal. The only major difference is that I have about 7 little brothers and sisters, and my parents don't work. The only thing? What the heck?
So annoying.
You know how every time you get a new mom or dad, you get new siblings too? Well, that's why I don't really know exactly how many siblings I have. Wow. That's really messed up. And you took on part-time jobs to help support your family? Yep. Gotta feed the little ones, you know?
Yeah.
When I had my waitress gig, I'd sometimes steal. I mean, borrow leftovers to bring home. I got paid an hourly wage, and I also got tips too, which was pretty sweet. Oh, and I got to keep my panties on too. I don't let customers motorboat me either. Of course.
Huh?
Why are you so mad? I mean, you're a girl. Don't talk about keeping your panties on so casually. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have asked such personal questions. Oh, this is so awkward.
Yo.
I remember now. I've been yelled at like this before. Back when I was waiting tables, there was this weird old dude who used to come all the time. He was a gymnastics coach. I wasn't really into sports, and especially not gymnastics. But no matter how much I punched and kicked him, he was pretty persistent. In fact, he looked like he was enjoying it. He kept telling me I had an amazing body. He was seriously a gross old dude. But thanks to him, I was able to move out with my siblings and find a new home for us. I see. I think that's good though. Yeah. I'm gradually starting to understand Akane a little better. After standing around awkwardly for a bit, I left the area. Looks like I have some free time. Okay, where are people? No. I'm going to the Fifth Island. I want a lecture on hope from our professor, Nagito. So, Fifth Island it shall be. Is it this way? Yep, it is. What is it? I'm not being as extreme as Fujiko was. I don't intend to interact with you guys at all. Come on, go away. Oh, okay. Fine. Fine. He doesn't want talking at all. Okay, Sonia. You will talk to me, surely. Capturing Nagito. Is that really the right thing to do? If everyone agrees to it, I do not intend to object. However, will that solve anything? Spend time today calming a word, Sonia. I probably don't deserve it, but it looks like... Huh? Yay, let's give her a present. As for what? Let's see what she likes. Another hope.
Wow! All right.
By the way, you're really good with words.
Of course.
I have done much studying after all. You speak really fluently.
Yes.
I do not know how many times I have seen "I will arrest your eyes." When I arrived in Japan, the first thing I did was run across the Spain's Aka. I see, I don't really understand though. In my opinion, I believe the best Japanese dramas were the ones aimed at women between the ages of 20 to 34, just before Japan's economic bubble burst. The trendiness, energy, and quality, entertainment was truly at its zenith during this period. I see. It's no use. I can't keep up with what she's saying at all. What the heck does she mean by bubble?
However,
Like all entertainment, Japanese dramas heavily reference their native culture. Because of this, slang expressions were often used, so there are some things foreigners may not understand. Hajime, if you are willing, would you train me? Train? Of course, I can teach you some things I understand, but... Thank you very much. For example, when lovers go on a ski trip, they always end up trapped by a blizzard, right? In that situation, what do you call the ritual where they warm themselves under a blanket while naked? Why am I here? Well, it's not really a ritual, it's how should I put it? It's more like a cliche. Oh, is that so? I certainly thought it was something that's known in my country as Makango. Huh? Makango? That is a tradition in my country. According to the tradition, lovers cannot become one until they show each other the Makangos they have grown. It's too embarrassing, so please do not make me say it. Embarrassing? What is a Makango anyway? I cannot say. You'll get a nosebleed. Is it really that embarrassing? Seems the Novoselic Kingdom is filled with more mysteries than I thought. By the way, these... After having an awkward conversation with Sonia, I rushed into my room. Fine. Everything is fine. Yep, okay. By the way, this stuff gets reflected on in report cards. Yeah, I know. Ah. Looks like it's starting to get dark. Oh. The doorbell? Is someone here? Instinctively, my entire body tensed up. I knew it was probably someone like Sonia or maybe Kazuichi, but regardless, I was nervous. Not that I can help it. I mean, so much has happened since we arrived at this island. While mumbling to myself, I quietly opened my cottage door.
Hello there.
Hello there, Hajime. You said you didn't want to talk to any of us. You hypocrite. Nagito? Why is he here? Or was that... I suppose stuff like this happens. If you know, yeah. What are you doing here? You sure ask weird questions. I mean, didn't want to talk to anybody and then you just come here.
That's not it.
I mean, you guys all have business with me, right? Huh?
Well...
Chucky invited me to the lobby. She said she had something she wanted to talk to me about. Everyone put her up to that, right? He's already found out about her plan. I mean, Nagito was kinda smart. Looks like that's a bingo, huh? But it's good timing. I have some business with you guys too. You do? Yes, Nagito, I'm gonna stab you. If everyone's already at the lobby, that saves me a lot of trouble. And I want you to come to the lobby too, even though you're not directly involved with the plan. You even know that. I mean, come on, you were chatting quite loudly about everything. Nagito could be sneaky me.
I see.
Just as I thought. You were left out, huh? But that's understandable.
Right?
Since you're the only one who did an ultimate, you've basically been left out from the start.
Now.
I'm only joking. Don't make such a scary face. Your joke isn't funny.
So,
You shouldn't take me so seriously.
see?
Oh well. Anyway, let's hurry over to the lobby. I don't know the details of your plan, so I'm actually looking forward to it. I know what you guys are going to do to me. When we first arrived at this island, we were friends who explored this place together. So let's go already. Fine, let's go.
Yep.
I don't know what he's thinking, but as long as we capture him, we'll have the advantage. I won't let him do as he pleases anymore. He's lucky, though. I don't know what you... Isn't that a strange coincidence? It's like there's something we both need to tell each other. I suppose. Are they gonna capture me now? Since I'm the first. If Chucky has summoned Nagito, then the plan has already started. Fujiko and Akane should be waiting inside for Nagito. What happened, Hajime? What are you so nervous about? I'm not nervous. You're a terrible actor. Oh well, if you're going to slow down like that, I'll go inside first. Okay. Cool. As I hesitated in front of the door, Nagito walked past me and entered the hotel lobby. And that's when it happened.
Alright, I got him.
What are you doing?
Don't judge us for this, or we're gonna tie you up.
Tie me up?
There's no use struggling!
But I'm not struggling.
In fact, I'm into it.
What the hell? You're being strangely cooperative.
Who cares? Just tie him up before it's too late! You guys are really disappointing. How long are you going to continue behaving so short-sightedly? You gotta look at the big picture, you know?
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's fine if you don't understand. You can just see the end without knowing. Now then, let's begin! The beginning of the end of Jabberwock Island!
And that's when it happened. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a bright light. Radiance! The air shook. An explosion of darkness overtook me, and I was unable to see anything. I probably lost consciousness. Shortly after the impact, I managed to open my eyes slightly. What's going on? While the words that left my mouth, but they vanished before they ever reached my ears. Terrorism. They were drowned out by the sound of terrifying laughter. I looked up and saw the source of that laughter. Nagito it was, right? What a frame.
It's amazing! These amazing fireworks surely befit the beginning of the end! It's over. This is the end. The killings are done for good.
What?
Scapegoating the weak in the name of justice, while fearing when the others will stab you in the back. This game of self-righteous hypocrisy ends now!
How?
And to do that, I will destroy Jabberwock Island!
Okay. So... is that hope though, Nagito? Come on. Come on, this looks more like despair to me. Know your standards.
What do you mean? That was just a little demonstration. That's why it's the beginning of the end. The actual bomb I'm going to use isn't nearly as weak.
Why are you telling us this? Are you gonna manipulate us? The actual bomb?
I've set up a large number of bombs in a certain area of the island. If all those bombs explode, the force will be enough to wipe out this entire island.
Well, what the hell are you saying?
If you do that, of course, I doubt we'll walk away from this unharmed. But there's no other way. The actor is expected to leave the stage during the finale. Is this bastard serious?
Nagito, please stop! Are you crazy or something?
Yeah, always has been.
No, that's not it. I'm not the crazy one here. The one who's really crazy is...
My, this guy.
Emergency!
I'm totally shocked. Serious, I'm totally shocked. That's all I can say about this turn of events. The bombs I said are timed. They're set to go off in 2 days at noon. I prepared so many powerful bombs that the one that just exploded doesn't even compare. According to my calculations, they're powerful enough to blow up an entire island. Which means in 2 days at noon, this island is destined to sink into the sea. Are you serious? Where's hope in that, Nagito? Answer me!
Wow.
Do you really think I go this far for a joke?
You.
Where did you set him up? I can't tell you.
How about it?
It'd be easy to leave you on your own, but it just wouldn't be fair if I did that. So how about this? If the traitor comes forward and reveals their identity to me, I'll tell them where I hid the bombs. Yeah, I suppose you can be the motive then. Fine. You decided to get your own motive, fine. Huh?
Emergency!
What? What in the world is going on? Is everyone alright?
Hey!
Come on. Don't get in the way. Nagito was in the middle of weeding out the traitor. Nagito? What are you planning to do? I really have to say it. It's no use. I mean, the traitors shouldn't be able to reveal their identity on their own.
Why?
What does that mean? Do I really have to say it? My. You guys are totally eyeing each other and letting sparks fly. I'm getting all hot and bothered. Just stand there. Why did you stop him? Stop him? Why do I have to stop him? The rules, remember? The same blackhand can only kill a maximum of 2 people. If he blows up the entire island, that's going to kill way more than just 2 people. I see, you sure have a good memory. Like you said, if any student breaks that rule, I have to punish them severely.
Right?
That's only when someone breaks that rule, right? You can't punish someone for breaking a rule before they've broken it, right?
That's right!
Yep. Saying you're gonna break the rules isn't against the rules.
Too bad!
So right now, there's no way I can punish this. What the hell?
You're so stupid!
Punishments always happen afterward, not before. That's just the rules of society, right?
Hey,
But even so, there's no need to worry about that in the first place. As long as the traitor comes forward, this can all be resolved peacefully.
This is exciting!
It'll all be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all the time we've spent together, I believe in you guys. Oh, here's the hope. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely going to be alright. After he said that, Nagito walked away. He just walked away. I couldn't even stop him. I felt afraid of Nagito. I mean, he has bombs around the entire island, apparently. It is reasonable to be afraid of him. The madness emanating from Nagito's body was seeping into my bones. I never expected him to go this far. Nagito's so reliable. I don't even have to do anything because he's shaking things up. Bastard. Never forgive him.
Damn it!
Is he freaking serious about those bombs?
Hey!
As long as the traitor comes forward, he'll say where the bombs are, right? Is that his goal?
Damn it!
I'm begging you guys. It doesn't matter who does it. Someone just has to come forward. Hey, I'm begging you guys. No matter how long we waited, no one was willing to come forward. What Nagito said yesterday, I'll weed out the traitor even if it costs me my life. I finally understand what he meant. Nagito took this entire island hostage and created a situation where the traitor has to come forward. That is Nagito's goal. But what is he planning to do if the traitor doesn't come forward? Is he really going to blow up the entire island? But Monami has stated that the traitor cannot say that, so. Oh, is the traitor the hidden person? Do we have a hidden person somewhere? And they're the traitor? Perhaps, and they can't show up? What about
Of course!
the ruin? My motto is to do a good deed every day. When I was at a bar and shouted, "Can I get a Sam?" the female bartender happily answered, "Sure thing." It makes me so happy when someone else is this happy. Doing a good deed every day is awesome. But inside, everyone probably thought I was a loser for sitting alone at a cheap bar in the middle of the night. Damn it, I can't keep up with this crap. Hey, sweet chicks, give me another Sam. Huh? How's the Sam Adams? I'm obviously talking about raw salmon. Now there is some good news for you. I have imbued the smell of vanilla into the Monokuma plushies. It's effective aromatherapy, and it'll definitely calm everyone's nerves if they get agitated. Available in the near future. That's it for Monokuma's shopping corner.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is gonna be another perfect tropical day! Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today!
I've been resting since the explosion yesterday, but my body still hurts. A dull, metallic sound is ringing in my ears and the back of my head feels hot. I can't think straight. But I can't afford to spend the whole day resting. I immediately left my cottage. Yeah, Kazuichi! You alright? You were like...
Hey!
It's you, right? You're the traitor, aren't you? What the hell are you saying? Come on, just admit it already. If you don't, we're all gonna die. What if you lied to Nagito? And somebody goes and tells Nagito that they're the traitor, but they're not. What happens then? Does Nagito have any means to check? I'm not the traitor. I'm begging you. It doesn't matter who admits it, just save me. Get a hold of yourself, Kazuichi. Complaining you won't change anything, okay?
Shut up!
I know that. But what else can we do? We need to think about that with the others, so let's hurry over to the restaurant.
Damn it!
Wait, is that a... No.
Yo,
Yo, Hajime, how are you feeling? Not good, but not so bad that I can't move.
Huh.
Then you're okay.
this is bad.
Okay, doll. My ears are seriously ringing.
Damn it.
My eardrum is definitely ruptured. I need to hurry and have a doctor look at it. So, what should we do now?
However,
What can we do? How troubling. If the traitor would just come forward, this problem would be resolved in no time. Nagito, when did you...
Hey,
Good morning. I came to motivate you guys since you're just laying around. Didn't I tell you yesterday that the bombs are set to go off in 2 days at noon? Well, you've got 1 day left. Come on, you better hurry.
I mean...
Hurry? Well, the one who has to come forward, the traitor does, right?
Well,
That's probably true. But if this does depend on the traitor, your attitudes aren't admirable at all.
isn't that right?
I mean, real hope is when you confront a hopeless difficulty that's standing before you, right? And despite that, you guys are already ready to give up. What does that mean? Or is this your limit? If so, it makes me laugh to think I ever called you symbols of hope. Bastard, you better knock it off.
Now.
Keep your shirt on. I took the time to come bring you guys a valuable hint. Wouldn't it be bad if I changed my mind? Huh? Did you just say hint? Nagito, what's your hint?
Glad.
Oh, you finally have hope? That makes me happy. Who freaking cares about that? Hurry up and tell us what the hint is.
Well,
It's about the bomb's hiding place. I hid it somewhere you guys haven't been before. Somewhere we have not been before?
piss me off.
Hiding
I'll
hints.
spit you
Just
out.
tell us the answer. If you don't, I'll make you spit it out. So it could be ruins.
hey,
Stop it. What are we gonna do if he sets off another bomb?
Yep.
Good judgment.
Hey,
If you guys have time to pick a fight with me, then you should start searching for the bombs already. I'll just crush you to pieces later.
wow.
How scary.
Hey,
Why did you give us a hint?
See?
Well, if the traitor sees their friends working hard, they may feel inclined to come forward, you know. Who cares? The traitor might not even exist. All we need to do is find the damn bombs. Let's go. Take care. Oh, by the way, I'll be waiting here, so if you want to reveal yourself, come see me anytime.
Right?
Mr. or Miss Traitor. We left the restaurant and as Nagito's muffled laughter trailed behind us.
why?
Suchi, why did you stop me?
Huh?
What are you talking about? You hadn't stopped me, I could have crushed Nagito to pieces.
Bastard!
Too fired up, Dimebest. Calm the fuck down at least.
Everyone,
More importantly, let us all head over to the ancient ruin. Ruin?
please listen.
Nagito said that the bombs are hidden somewhere we have never been before.
So just as
If that is the case, the inside of that ruin is the only place I can think of.
Well,
No, there was one other place too. What is it again? The castle at the amusement park. What's its name? Talking about the Natsume Castle?
hey!
Didn't get it all. Friggin' means Nezumi Castle. Then, we have those two places to choose from. But we won't be able to enter the ancient ruin without a password. What should we do?
Like,
Password, huh? I'm guessing we still don't have any clues to that.
Hey,
That probably goes for Nagito too. He wouldn't be able to enter without the password either, right? But he has the files. And those files could have given him a hint to the password. And he's lucky. If that's the case, hard to think that the bombs were set inside the ancient ruin, right? So we should try going to Nezumi Castle first.
are we screwed?
But isn't that dangerous? I mean, what if that was Nagito's trap all along?
Jeez.
Monokuma's trap, Monami's trap, Nagito's trap.
Dumbass.
Keep worrying about shit like this. Shit like that won't get anything done, dumbass.
You.
Totally fired up too.
hey.
Anyway, we should try going there at least. We don't have time to stand around doing nothing.
All right.
Full speed ahead. Alright, we'll tackle Nezumi Castle first. Let's go! By the way, all of them have different flowers in the foreground. Akane, you wanted the banana? Okay, let's go to the fourth one already.
Damn it!
Don't you think this is definitely a trap? Like once you go inside the castle, kaboom! No, I don't think that's going to happen. Where's the hope in that? Come on. Nagito wants to weed out the traitor, not kill us all at the same time. That's true, but he's crazy, you know? Anyway, we need to keep trying and head over there. In the end, we'll still have to go. Anyway, let's go to Nezumi Castle. Yay!
Hey!
Check it out. The entrance is destroyed. It's been blown to bits as someone set off a bomb.
I get it.
That's true. Looks like this place was spot on.
Damn it!
And the bombs are inside here.
Damn right.
That's what it looks like. Then let's try going inside. Wait, we need to be careful. We need to pay as much attention as we can. You're right. Let's go then! Then let's go. After forcing a dry swallow, I nervously stepped through the door. And there... What is this place? I thought the inside would look more lighthearted than this. The ambience feels similar to that of a temple or a church. However, is it just me or does it seem like there are no bombs to be found here?
Well,
No, it's not just you. If the bombs are strong enough to blow up the entire island, they should be pretty big. But I don't see anything. I don't see a place where they could be hidden either. And the bombs aren't here? Congratulations, and then bam, you get locked. The bombs aren't here, but even so, I feel like there's something suspicious here. But why? It feels like this place is different somehow. This feeling, the same feeling when I first saw that ancient ruin. There, Nagito could have left... Oh wow, light. Nagito could have left hints to something. Like, there's that. Look. What is that? I mean, it's... You can still kinda see it. Is it like 110 something? 3 or 5 or what, 7? This font doesn't match the ambience of the castle at all. It's almost like it was intentionally put here. Hey everyone, come check this out. Wait! Yes, that is it. I don't know, Max, if you know about it, but in the first game, yeah, that was a number. In reality, though, it was Leon's name, which Sayaka wrote with her. Basically, she wrote it with her left hand on the wall behind her. And so Leon's name was upside down. And it looked like numbers 11037. But in reality, that was actually her writing Leon. And I mean, these are the numbers, I suppose, yeah.
Huh?
What's that? To all subjects. Subjects? Who are they talking about? Is it about us? There's more written below that. What does it mean? Okay. Beasts do be annoying sometimes. The password to guide everyone to the future is...
Lies!
What is this? You can't even read the most important part. Yeah, okay, look! I, as a player, got it. What do I do now? I could go input that thing.
Like,
Does the password to guide everyone to the future even mean? Maybe it's that password.
Could it be?
The password to to access that ancient ruin? Guide everyone to the future. Maybe that refers to the Japanese word that is written on the door?
Whoa!
As expected of Miss Sonia, she only had to read it once to understand what it means.
Like,
But that was Sonia's line, was it? If we can't read the password, there's nothing we can do.
that is...
It is a rather tragic moment.
Hey.
I wonder who erased this. Huh? Erased?
So...
I mean, it doesn't feel like it was erased naturally, right? It looks like it was forcibly scratched off. That's the only way I can see it.
even so.
Like, Manami and Monokuma shouldn't have entered this castle because they don't like mice, right?
I won't forgive
It was
you.
Nagito. He's the one who erased the password.
Unforgivable.
Perhaps.
Nagito probably discovered the password here and used it to enter that ancient ruin. And he hid the bombs inside the ancient ruin? So he erased the password so he wouldn't be able to get near the bombs. Actually makes a lot of sense. If that's true, he gave us a hint even though he knew we wouldn't be able to use it. I can! But I suppose it doesn't make any sense for characters to know. Yeah, but
Don't tell me.
so he could shove that reality in our faces? There's no way we can enter that ancient ruin if we don't know the password. In the end, we can't do anything about the bombs unless the traitor comes forward. Did he lure us to this place so we'd be forced to confront that? Forcing us to confront despair before us. Forcing us to confront how powerless we are. Damn it, that's what Monokuma would do. Hey, whoever you are, you don't have to reveal yourself to us. Just tell Nagito. If you don't, we'll just end up dying too, you know? Hey, why are you saying that to? I don't know. I'm just saying it to everyone.
Oh.
Let's stop. Fighting among ourselves won't help anything. More importantly, let's work harder to find the password to that ancient ruin, or clues that might relate to it.
Hey.
As long as we cooperate and explore all over the island, we might be able to find it, you know?
Damn it!
You're telling us to look everywhere for a password that might not even exist?
Hey,
Who would leave a password here in this place, and why? If it wasn't Monokuma or Mayumi, then who was it? You can't even answer that, so there's no way you will be able to find anything.
Please wait!
Then what would you have to... Well, then what would you have us do? Just wait until we all die? That is no different than when we were in the funhouse. And what did we learn there? We learned not to give up on living, right? That Kena was the only one who said that. Very well then. I shall look for it on my own. Excuse me. Sonia, hold on. But Sonia ignored me as I called for her and stormed out of the area. Her shoulders were shaking a little. I'm sure of it.
I mean,
What the heck?
shut up! Shut
Damn
up!
it, fine then. You went to look for it? Well, fine. Hey. Kazuichi left Nezumi Castle and walked in the opposite direction of Sonia. What the hell are they doing? No, it's not the time for infighting.
like,
Well, it might be a good idea to work separately. Huh? Why?
Huh?
I mean, it's easier to move around that way, you know? In case someone wanted to secretly go meet someone. Hey, does that mean...
sorry.
Just act like I was thinking out loud and pretend you weren't listening.
Damn it.
But again, we scattered as usual.
Stupid fool.
If you think so, then please help. Yeah, leave it to me. I got a secret plan.
I won't forgive
You just have to
you.
find the source of the problem and snap it off. Akane, what's your secret plan? Oh no, Akane's going to murder somebody.
Me?
I have a bad feeling about the way Akane's acting. I'll run after her. It's best if we keep Akane away from Nagito for now. Far away. You're right. I guess I'll leave it to you.
Yep.
Okay, see you later. Chiaki ran after Akane, and from there, I was the only one left. What does this really mean? What are the subjects that are being referred to? School subject? What's the password to guide everyone to the future? I got it. I was the last to leave Nezumi Castle, and I wandered all over the island searching for clues to the password. But I didn't expect to find anything, and in the end, that's exactly what happened. And so, time passed by with its usual speed.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make.
I remember we had some materials on the school killings that appeared in the first game. Do we have any materials about the first trial? Because then you could bring that up. And maybe guide characters to the password.
It is now 10 p.m.
You know, it's painful to know the answer, but... And to have characters not know it.
Please return to your rooms and relax. Let the sound of the ocean gently rock you to sleep. Now then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night.
Even after the announcement, I kept searching the island, but I didn't find what we were looking for. After a while, I had forgotten what I was supposed to be looking for in the first place. I suppose. In the end, after coming up empty-handed, I returned to the hotel. I didn't see anyone else on my way back here, but I also didn't see them while I was exploring either. That's because, even though this island is so vast, our numbers have drastically decreased since we arrived. I can't think of any other reason than that. I should go back. Nagito said time runs out at noon tomorrow. Another day is about to end, which means there's only half a day left. I can't imagine the traitor will be revealed by then, since we don't even know if they really exist. And even if they do, it's possible they've forgotten that they're the traitor. All this thinking makes me feel like I should do something, but my brain and body were yearning for rest, probably because of all the walking I did today. I mean, somebody could just go and admit, hey, I'm the traitor. Or what? Will Nagito be like, no, you're not. How is he gonna prove it? Does he have some sort of proving it? What, the traitor should tell him some secret Monokuma knowledge or what? As I dozed off, horrible, disgusting images began to surface from the back of my mind, one after the other. But before I could focus on the specifics of those images, I slowly sank into the depths of darkness. That's one interesting way to refer to, falling asleep.
Hey,
I think giving up is really important. If you don't give up on your dreams, they'll come true. That's just irresponsible and lazy encouragement. No matter how much you try without giving up, it's useless in the end. Persistence is just the worst. That's why giving up is so important. But you can't give up if you don't even try.
that's all from my
That's actually the worst of
theater.
all. Oh my god. What are these sections? This game's so weird. But it's also why it's enjoyable. At least a bit.
Ahem! Hope's Peak Academy School Trip Executive Committee has an announcement to make. Good morning, everyone! Looks like today is gonna be another perfect tropical day! Now then, let's show some enthusiasm and make sure to give it our all today!
The scenery this morning is the same as it ever was. I can see the sunlight peeking through the window. I can hear the faint sound of waves crashing on the beach. But the bombs Nagito said are going to destroy all this. Once time runs out at noon. At the moment, there's nothing about our situation that's changing for the better. Usually I go to the restaurant. But what should I do today? Go and tell Nagito you're the traitor so that... I don't know. As long as I remember what Nagito said. Oh, by the way, I'll be waiting here, so if you want to view yourself, come see me anytime. Mr. and Miss Trader. It sounds like he was planning to hang out at the restaurant all day. Wait a minute, he's going to be there all day? Then, if anyone went to the restaurant like they normally do... The bad feeling lingering in my chest grew with each beat of my frantic heart. What, Akane? I immediately ran out of my cottage. What? Somebody could kill Nagito very easily, right? Like Akane, or what? Good morning, Hajime. About yesterday, I may have been somewhat careless with my words. I could not keep myself from snapping at what Kazuichi said, and I acted on my own. Thanks to my actions, everyone ended up going their own separate ways, right? Yeah, but what you said wasn't from me either. I have not given up yet. I will do my very best to live until the very end. If not, I will not be able to face Gundam, Nekomaru, or the others who have died. The moment I set foot inside the restaurant, the worst case scenario was unfolding before me.
Playtime's over. Now! Where'd you hide the bombs?
Oh. Okay.
That hurts, but I'll never tell. If you really want me to spit it out, you should try torturing me or something.
So this is not torture, this is enjoyment for him, right?
Huh? Torture?
Maybe you can stab my fingers with that fork over there. Or scoop my eyes out with that spoon.
Nagito, why are you saying that so
If you're not willing to fill me with despair, there's no way my hope will ever burn.
Your air will though. And his hand suddenly wrapped around Nagito's neck, and his face began turning a startling shade of red.
Wrong with me? Just die already!
Her clenched hands kept squeezing, even tighter, as if she was trying to snap his neck instead of just strangling him.
Hey!
What are you doing? Connie!
This is bad.
Hey, are you alright? Isn't he seriously gonna die? But she was too overcome by rage to acknowledge us. Huh?
Calm down, okay? You wouldn't do something like that, right? You're not the kind of person who would hurt someone, right? See, it's all right. Yep, no problem.
Sorry, I'm awake now.
That's weird.
What was I doing anyway?
Hey!
That's what I want to ask. Don't tell me you were actually thinking about killing him. And that's when it happened. In the corner of my eye, I saw him slowly stand up.
Thanks.
Thank you, Akane. Glad to see my dead dog again. I haven't seen him in ages. What?
Huh?
Serves you right. You probably pissed off Akane in the first place.
Wow.
I didn't mean to do that, though. Anyway, thank you for saving me. It looks like I owe you one.
Then,
If you sincerely mean that, please tell us the password to enter the ancient ruin. Password? To that ancient ruin? What are you going to do with that? Wait, dumb. You didn't bomb the bombs inside that ruin, right?
You're right.
Yep, I did. Until yesterday. Huh? Somebody told him. Oh. Hey, Nagito. What do you mean, until yesterday?
Well,
There wasn't anything important inside the ancient ruin. Just some familiar scenery.
jeez.
I got bored of it. Also, if I hid them in there, it would be completely meaningless. So even if he had managed to learn the password to the ancient ruin, it had no meaning anymore. Now I had to move the bombs somewhere else.
hey.
But they were inside the ancient ruin, right?
I'm glad.
Anyway, I guess it was right for me to move them. They were about to be found before the traitor confessed.
Well,
It's not like it really matters. In fact, that might be better.
amazing.
To make hope shine even brighter.
Faster.
Stop talking crazy and tell us where you moved the bombs already. Looks like you're in a hurry. Well, that's understandable. After all, the time runs out today.
Hey,
Let's begin the final battle. The final battle within the traitor and everyone else. The final battle between hope and despair. The place I hid the bombs this time is a place you've all visited at least once.
hey.
It's too broad.
See?
It shouldn't be that hard if you guys split up. For now, why don't you guys search everywhere as fast as you can? As long as everyone cooperates, it should be easy to find out where the bombs are. What the heck?
This is exciting.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. And not only that, I believe in you all. I believe in the time we spent together. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's going to be fine. As long as you believe in hope with all your hearts, the path should open. With that, Nagito walked away, and left us with this sinister mixed message.
Damn it!
Why does he still have to be alive?
Dumbass!
Now's not the time to complain about stuff like that.
Oh,
Besides, we don't have time to fight among ourselves.
you are right.
We must hurry and search for the bombs. We should still have time to stop them.
I mean...
But based on all the places we searched, I don't know where we should look.
Shut the hell up!
Anything we can do is split up and cover as much ground as we can. There are exactly 6 of us. Each person should be in charge for searching an island.
Damn it.
Leave this island to me. But you have the layout of this island in my head.
Leave it to me.
That kinda has the first island. No, no, do the second one. You son, you should get the smallest island. Are you okay with searching the center island? But
Anyway,
probably not good at covering ground anyway, right? It's fine, you can search the central island. Chucky, you search the third island of the hospital. Hajime, you search the amusement park island. And I'll handle the final island. Alright, then let's do it. Let's hurry up and find those bombs so we can take care of Nagito once and for all. We stormed out of the restaurant and immediately left to search for the bombs. We didn't have time to even think about who the traitor is. But it's ironic. Nagito is the reason we're all splitting up, but the reason we're all cooperating is because of Nagito too. It's pretty damn ironic. I'm in charge of searching the 4th island. I should search every nook and cranny. According to Nagito, the bombs have enough power to easily wipe out this entire island. And it's probably not very small. I'll definitely find it. I think it's the fun house. And it can also be the castle too, because everyone was there. It's possible that the bombs are placed inside this train. It's no use. I don't see anything that looks like a bomb. Oh. I cannot inspect anything here. Oh, okay, let's check the castle then. Damn it, I don't see the freaking bombs anywhere. Nothing good will come from rushing. I should try looking somewhere else. The bombs shouldn't be small. If I find them, it should be really obvious. Damn it, look like there's nothing in here. Okay. Fine. Hajime? What? I don't have time to deal with you. But did you see? Huh? Rob!
No!
Robber! Robber?
Emergency!
Ah, this is bad. My important thing got stolen. Her important thing was stolen? Now's not the time to deal with her. I need to hurry and find those bombs. Her important thing was stolen. They've all been here. It's no use. There's nothing suspicious here either. Okay. I suppose I have just one place to check them. Horror house? Let's check that. I mean, there is that one bomb. The door's open? Looks like I can go inside, but it's possible that the bombs are hidden in here. Alright, let's go. Oh my god, I like how this music starts. How should I describe this place? So cloyingly cute that I feel like I'm going to be sick.
Ah! No!
Why is Hajime in my house? The door was wide open. As soon as she heard that, Wanami waddled to the door and... It's broken! My security system is broken! The robber probably did it! No, a robber is no excuse! A female teacher with a young boy student in her house is just inappropriate. I've been splattered with disgrace. Jeez, she's noisy. Are these monitors? They're not displaying anything right now, but why are there so many? Are you monitoring us with these? So I was right. The surveillance cameras all over the island, and the footage those cameras are recording. You were watching that footage on these monitors. You were monitoring us, weren't you? I was, until Monokuma appeared. I no longer have my magic stick, and because of that, Monokuma stole all my powers. So I don't have the authority to monitor everyone anymore. These monitors are useless. Huh? What does that stick have to do with the surveillance cameras? Anyway, I can't monitor everyone anymore. I have no other way of following your movements unless I rely on these somewhat nifty ears. I don't really understand, but does that mean Monokuma has been watching us from those surveillance cameras?
That's wrong!
No, it's probably not him either. In his current state, he shouldn't even need to use those cameras. His power keeps increasing beyond my expectations. He's surpassed any standard of measuring it. Hey, stop talking about stuff that doesn't make sense. Who's watching those surveillance cameras? They probably only matter to the outside? Outside? Do you mean the group that's controlling you and Monokuma? I see. So the people outside the island are watching the footage captured by the surveillance cameras and... Well, let's just brush that whole thing aside. There's no way I can do that. But I can't say. Hey. Is she trying to cover it up by crying? That's exactly what Monokuma does. Just as I thought, I can't trust her at all. What the heck is this? Money plushies on hangers? Hey, don't go touching my things without permission. They're important. Your own plushies? You must love yourself, just like Monokuma.
Wrong!
You're wrong. Please don't compare me to that thing. You don't have enough delicacy. Entering a woman's house without her permission and touching her things makes your teacher very sad. This will not be allowed. Hajime needs a class in morality. Delicacy and morality? I don't think those things have anything to do with each other.
That's right!
I shall give you a special private lesson after school. Miss Monami will slowly and thoroughly give you a good teaching. Oh, what? That sounds really inappropriate. Once again, I've been splattered with disgrace. Such a sticky and gooey disgrace. You're the one who stayed saying it, so I'm started saying it. So what, is there really... I suppose this is... nothing then. She said something about robbery. Oh yeah, I should ask... Yeah. I can still talk to Monami. I've been splattered with disgrace. Such sticky disgrace. So anyway, you said something about a robber. Are you talking about Monokuma? Monokuma wouldn't do something as cheap as breaking the lock. Ever since he took over my power, he can do anything he wants on this island as long as he wills it. Power? Will? You're always so melodramatic. But if it wasn't Monokuma, does that mean the robber is one of us? I'm not doubting my students or anything, but my important thing was definitely stolen. What's your important thing anyway? My treasure box! I don't think any of us would steal Monami's treasure box. But if someone did, why would they steal it in the first place? Can you let me know if you find my treasure? It's a magnificent treasure box covered in sparkling pink lights. Well, if I come across it... Alrighty, that's enough of your questions. Now it's my turn to question you. Me?
Hey!
Why did you suddenly come to the amusement park? It's strange that you're walking around alone. Did something happen? Something did happen. Huh? That's right, I don't have time to waste at a place like this. Hey, I need to ask you an important question. Do you know where they are? Somewhere in Jabberwock Island, Nagito.
Hey! Hey!
Oh, why, hello there, Monami. Wanna play with your big brother? Monokuma? Let's make a sudden invitation. We've never played before. Come on, everyone's busy. You shouldn't interfere. So hurry up and come play with me. My ears. Please don't pull my ears.
I'll leave the rest to you.
I'll let you students handle the rest. Do your best. He always interferes whenever we're discussing something important. I guess he really is monitoring us. No, now's not the time to complain. I should get back to searching for the bombs. I shouldn't waste any more time. I leapt out of the Monami house and returned to searching for the bombs.
Hey.
Hajime, I found them. Found them?
Damn it!
Yeah, a shit ton of bombs are piled on top of each other. God damn. Didn't expect to find actual bombs. Where'd you find them? In that stupid factory where the life-size Monokuma plushies are made. The plushie factory, got it. I'll go tell Kazuichi and Akane. Can you tell Sonia and Chiaki? Yeah, got it. We'll meet in front of the bombs later. Meet in front of the bombs. What's going to happen after that? Will we be able to stop them? No, there's no point thinking about that right now. Why don't you tell Sonia and Chiaki about the bombs first? Sonia should be at the center island, and Chiaki should be at the third island. Okay. Oh no! The only place in this island where the bombs could probably be hidden is Jabberwock Island, Jabberwock Park. If that's the case, maybe Sonya's searching there. I wonder how the bombs look. Oh, that's weird. I don't see her anywhere. Hey, Sonia! I'm right here.
Too bad.
Just kidding, it's only me.
Yes, indeed.
Hajime used to call Sonia, but nothing happened. Because he's already gone to a faraway place. Huh? Just kidding. You're looking for Sonia. She was walking around near the military base. The military base? The one on the final island? Did she already hear about the bombs? Is that why she went to the final island? But even so, there's no reason for her to be at the military base. Because the bombs are found at the plushie factory. I don't really understand, but I'll head over there after I talk to Chiaki. Maybe she went to the base on her own without knowing anything about the bombs. Chiaki should be at the third island. Alright, let's go. Oof. Okay. Sonia, you the traitor? Near the music venue. Is that? It is. It's Chiaki. Chiaki's near the music venue. I need to hurry and tell her about the bombs. Oh, okay. Chiaki, I've been looking for you.
What happened?
Don't respond so slowly. It's the bombs. We found the bombs. Hurry over to the plushie factory. Hey, are you listening? This is no time to space out.
Yep.
Ah, you're right. The bombs are bad, right? We could go to the plushie factory. I'll head over. At least be a little more nervous. Even in a situation like this, she moves at a snail's pace. Alright, I should hurry over to the final island and meet up with Sonia at the military base. Alright. Let's go. Before I go to the plushie factory, I need to meet up with Sonia at the military base first. It's Sonia, there she is! What is she doing in a place like this? Looks like Sonia is digging around the back of that truck. Hey, what are you doing?
My,
Hajime, please do not startle
I
me.
am concerned.
Phew, thought my heart was going to explode. Explode? Anyway, what are you doing here? Weren't you searching the Central Island? I was, but there was something I needed to confirm here. Never mind that for now. We found them. What did you find? The bombs, obviously. They found the bombs at the plushie factory. Huh? The bombs are at the factory? Let's hurry over to the plushie factory. The others should already be there too. Hey, what are you stalling for? If we don't hurry, it'll be too late.
Right.
I understand. I shall make my way there shortly, so please call him without me. Huh?
I am sorry.
It is going to be fine. I will catch up with you soon. Got it. Then I'll start heading over. Don't know what Sonia wants to do, but there's no time to argue about it. I left Sonia for now and decided to go to the plushie factory first. But why is she even at the military base? I can just ask her later. Anyway, the bombs are the biggest priority. I should hurry over to the plushie factory.
Huh?
There's Sonia. I told her about the bombs, but she wouldn't listen to me. She said she'd catch up with us later.
Huh?
Later? Why? She should know that now isn't the time for that, but...
Well...
Can I go bring her?
Dumbass.
Do you really think there's time for that, you fucking dumbass? You're right. We need to stop the bombs first.
Damn it.
Alright, let's go. We steeled our nerves and charged into the factory. The first thing I noticed was the roaring engine of a nearby truck. Truck? Why? There's a truck parked in the middle of the factory. A lot of dangerous-looking objects are loaded onto the bed of the truck.
Hey,
Those things on top of the bed. Is that it?
Damn it.
I don't know how powerful they are. They have enough power to blow up the entire island, but aren't that many? That must be extremely powerful. Did you really drive this truck and carry over all these bombs?
Damn it.
Kazuichi, can't you disarm these bombs? You're good at that kind of stuff, right? Thought I could, but looks like the engine is also acting as a detonator. Damn it. Looks like the engine's still running. The bombs are set up so when the engine stops running, the insulator will blow off and trigger the explosions. Don't care how it's built. Can you disarm it or not? It's impossible. I don't have enough time. The main detonator was put inside this bulky metal box and welded shut. There's no way I can disarm it if I can't get this thing open. So it's going to take you a long time? That's not good. I mean, it's almost...
This is bad.
Yeah, noon. What if we use the tools at the military base?
Hey.
We don't have time for that. The truck's engine is the detonator, right? And can we stall for time by adding gasoline? It's no use. The fuel cap has been welded on too.
I'm gonna do it!
Now just drive the truck into the sea.
Bastard.
You can't. You don't even have a driver's license. You seriously gonna stop me? I thought your family was all about breaking the law.
Damn it.
That's impossible. There's a chain wrapped around the wheel. If we can't disarm the bombs, stall for time, or move the truck, there's nothing we can do.
Hey.
Hey, check it out. Huh?
See?
There's some kind of machine on top of that metal box Kazuichi mentioned. A machine on top of the box? Oh, this. This looks like a card reader. A card reader? Maybe we can disarm the bomb if we slide the key card.
You serious?
What? Right, that might be possible. Nagito wouldn't be able to disarm these bombs if he didn't leave some way of doing that, right?
Huh?
Maybe he never planned to disarm them from the start. No, I don't think that's it. Nagito is probably trying to make us do something here. What do you mean, something?
So...
Knowing Nagito, there's definitely some kind of theme to this, I think. A theme? Hope? That bastard probably would do something messed up like that.
Alright!
And we gotta find that.
Leave it to me.
Nagito is trying to make us do something here. That's true. What's he trying to make us do this time? Instead of Monokuma's latest plushies, there's something else in front of me I can't stop staring at. Was that the last time I came here? What? All the machines are stopped. More abundantly, what's that thing over there? Was it... Laptop! There's a laptop on top of the stopped conveyor belt. This wasn't here the last time I came here, right?
How suspicious.
It looks suspicious. It might be good if we examine it thoroughly. Yeah, you're right. As soon as I touched the laptop, some kind of program began running all of a sudden. Alter ego, that you? Almost immediately a video started playing.
Hello there.
Why, hello everyone, great work. So you really found the bombs, huh? Believing in you was completely worth it. Nagito.
Perhaps.
It looks like a video message from Nagito.
Pissed me off.
Message? Find something to say, he can say it to our faces.
Hey, bastard!
Just hold on. For now, let's just watch this through to the end.
Now then.
Now that you guys have found the bombs, all you need to do is stop it. To tell you the truth, it's actually not that hard to do. You see, there's a card reader on top of the metal box. As soon as you scan in the handbook, it will disarm the bombs.
Leave it to me.
Alright, if that's the case, then just leave it to me. However,
Well,
it won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward. So if things stay this way, it'll look like I lost, right? That's why I was thinking I should have another battle. So this is going to be your last chance, traitor. What are you going to do? Everyone's life depends on you. Whether or not you save them is up to you. Now then, I wonder how this is going to end. Will the traitor's identity finally be revealed? And with that, the video ended. The traitor's student handbook?
don't tell me.
That's it. There's also a trap. Tweet out the traitor.
Hey, hey!
Is there seriously a traitor? There is. They should have come forward already. I mean, their life is in danger too, you know? That's true, but...
Yeah.
Stop whining and complaining. Let's do it one at a time.
Ooh.
Be stupid. What if someone besides the traitor uses their handbook?
Hey,
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this. And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? And without hesitating, swiped the card reader. Looks like it was wrong.
see?
Who's next?
Hey, hey, hey!
What are you doing? You make a mistake, the bombs might blow up.
You think so?
But they didn't.
Hey!
It's just a fluke. Don't act so careless in a situation like this.
Anyway,
Well, I guess Jackie's not the traitor. I don't think the traitor would have spiked their handbook right away like she did. So what are we gonna do? Who wants to try next?
Hey, hey, hey!
Like I said, don't act so careless. Stop being the wrong kind, be safe. But only once, you know.
Huh?
Hey, what happened?
Well...
Nothing. I might just be overthinking, but the engine somehow sounds. Just then, Kazuichi face turned pale and he rushed over to the truck. And then, as he tilted his head toward the engine, he suddenly shouted, "It's out of gas!"
What'd you say?
What's gonna happen if there's no gas? I told you, it's gonna blow! But isn't it too soon? I mean, there's still time until noon.
Kidding me?
Did Nagito miscalculate?
Serious?
Miscalculate? Get us set us up. At least get your calculations right, damn it! At least Monokuma knows how to keep a schedule.
Are you
Can we do anything about it? There's something we can do. Just swipe your freaking e-handbooks! That's only one thing we can do. Is it? What do we have to do? Pray?
Are you kidding
What? Are
me?
you fucking serious? And we should run. With those words, we started sprinting away. And that's when it happened.
It is all right. It is not a bomb.
Huh? All of a sudden, the inside of the factory began overflowing with dazzling light.
Huh?
Nagito, oh my god. Nagito, I love that you're here. What the hell is this? Looks like they're fireworks. Fireworks? While we stood there dumbfounded, the fireworks slowly decreased their intensity. And eventually... I mean, it should still be dangerous, you know.
Oh my!
This means... It wasn't a bomb?
Huh?
What the heck? I mean, Nagito said... So, it is just as I thought. As you thought?
Hey, hey.
Hey everyone, look over there. The laptop. It looks like it's playing another video. Is it Nagito again? We immediately rushed over to the laptop. So, were you surprised? Seriously, think about it. Do you really think there are enough bombs to blow up an entire island? Even if there were, a guy like me would never be able to use them.
Damn it!
So it was all a bluff? And what was that bomb he detonated at the hotel? Nagito went to the octagon inside the funhouse, right?
Don't tell me.
Is that where he got that bomb? But it definitely wasn't strong enough to blow up an island. Nagito was lying about that.
Pissed me off.
Is he still watching us from somewhere? He's not. Then how did he time his message so perfectly? No. It looks like the video was set to play after the explosion by a wireless signal from the detonator. But why did he have to use a video message? That's the one thing I don't get.
Hey.
Let's think about that after we watch the whole thing. You're right.
Hey.
So how did it go? Did the traitor come forward? If I had to guess, well, I'd say they didn't, right? So then, which is it? It'd make me very happy if you guys could tell me. I'll be at the warehouse next door waiting for your answer. From there, we'll compare our answers and I'll let you know who the traitor really is. See you later! The warehouse next door? That's where Nagito is?
I won't forgive
Then
you.
I'll make sure to beat the crap out of him.
That's right.
He'll deliver the final blow and smash his head in with a wrench.
Jeez.
You bastards, what are you saying? You guys can just beat the shit out of him because I'm the one who's gonna fucking kill him. You guys, you've totally flipped your lids. Now's not the time to be calm. We need to stop them.
That is an order.
You're right. Let us make haste. Okay. Can you not go to the break room? Nagito, just I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. Hey, I totally know how you feel, but calm down. Shut up. Huh? Everyone's feet came to a grinding halt. Their red, angry faces instantly transformed into a look of caution. Kane, what is it? Can you hear something? It's coming from the other side of this door. The other side of this door? As I listened carefully, I could make out a soft sound coming from inside the warehouse. Music? What's he planning? Is this another one of Nagito's traps? Maybe. The moment we open the door, little bomb is gonna go kaboom!
Now then.
Alright, let's open it and find out. Please do not, Akane. It's dangerous.
Go.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem.
Leave it to me.
Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse.
Huh?
It's not opening? Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it.
Hey.
I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay?
You.
Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Kane ignored their protest and with a mighty kick, the door flew open. It's gonna blow up! Instinctively, we tense our bodies and brace ourselves, but...
Huh?
What's this? What happened?
Yo.
Look inside.
It sure is dark.
Looks like there aren't any lights on. Is Nagito really in here?
The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within the darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume.
Do you guys hear something?
Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap?
No, I'm not talking about the music.
And as if on cue, it suddenly started. Huh?
It's on fire!
A fearsome blaze suddenly began dancing inside the dark warehouse like fire wings spreading before
Whoa!
us.
What's going on?
For now, we must extinguish these flames. Let us hurry and put them out.
Hey.
How are we supposed to put the fire out? There should be fire extinguishing supplies inside the factory break room. Perhaps we should use those. Got it, let's head to the break room. After listening to Sonia, we ran to the factory. Okay. Break room is here, right? Where are the fire extinguishing supplies? A huge supply of lined-up plastic bottles. Looks like there's some kind of liquid inside them. You found it! Those are fire grenades! Fire grenades? They're basic fire extinguishing goods. When you throw them at a fire, the container breaks and the chemical inside puts out the fire.
Strange, no?
The last time I peeked inside this place, I recall seeing other fire extinguishing supplies too. There should be plenty. Let's hurry up and go back to the warehouse. We grabbed all the fire grenades and rushed back to the warehouse. Okay, what is this gonna be? Make sure you don't get too close to the fire, it's dangerous. Take care not to inhale the smoke as well. We should throw the grenades from the door at the same time. Like the curtain in the back is burning up. I just have to aim for that, right?
I'm gonna do it!
Right, let's go! We aimed for the curtain in the back and threw all the fire grenades one after the other.
Hey!
But
is it just me? Or does it feel like the fire's not going out at all?
the curtain absorbed the impact of the thrown grenades, which fell on the floor and shattered. They were completely ineffective at extinguishing the burning
Does
curtain.
it not seem like the fire is intensifying? If the fire continues to rise, it will inflame the ceiling!
This is bad. We've already used up all the fire grenades.
What are we gonna do? All we can do now is pray for rain!
Don't be stupid! There's no way it'll conveniently start raining if we pray for it. It's raining?
Yes, Max. This is how stuff works.
So this is the power of the Japanese Terra Bozu!
That's not it. It looks like the sprinkler's activated.
Oh, the sprinklers. They must have detected the smoke and turned on.
Water continued to vigorously pour out of the sprinklers. And after a while, the fire in the warehouse was completely extinguished. Looks like the fire is out. That is a relief. The hell? Man, my merch is drenched! It got splattered with water and now it's soaked! It's so wet.
Hey.
Hey, is it okay to look inside now?
Just a minute.
Huh? Time out! You can't! No way! Why can't we go inside? Smoke and hazardous gas are still spread throughout the warehouse, so it's gotta ventilate for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you're right. It'd be a problem if we breathed in any lingering smoke.
So...
For the sake of your health, please wait for just a little while. While you're waiting, why don't you check out the Monokuma Theater I freshly prepared? We get a free one!
You're so...
Everything is a lie. Monokuma doesn't exist. The Monokuma Theater doesn't exist. Everything is fiction. There's no meaning whatsoever. There's no relationship whatsoever. Everything was made. Monokuma can't be found anywhere. What are you doing here anyway? Thanks for the info.
Yes, indeed!
Now that the Monokuma Theater is over, I'm sure it's finished ventilating by now. Also, I'm finally starting to feel better. Just because my important merch was ruined doesn't mean I should be depressed about it forever. Whenever I feel depressed, I always ask myself this question.
But hold on!
Why are your eyes on the front?
I got it!
So we can move forward. Don't be sad about what's already happened and be positive. Oh, we get it already.
Jeez.
Enough of your bullshit.
I'll leave the rest to you!
I turned on the light for you guys too. You might hurt yourself if it's dark.
Here!
Now, go ahead. Go right ahead. Is Nagito inside? He said he was in this video message, but he probably escaped by now. With so much fire and smoke. But finally get to beat the crap out of him this time.
Hey.
Now, why don't we go inside and see how it's doing?
You...
Hajime, what happened? Well, nothing happened, but I don't know why. My heart is racing. It won't settle down. I'm scared. As if an intense malice is about to stab me. Stab me from my whole body. But I can't even budge. Feels like everything was too late. Why do I feel this anxious? Because there's like Nagito dead there or something. Anyway, let's go inside. A charred odor permeated throughout the warehouse, and the air was so heavy that it was hard to breathe. The moment I set foot inside the warehouse, a mixture of bewilderment, anxiety, and fear overtook me at once.
Smells...
Hey, Hey,
It's not me.
I am sorry.
I am terribly sorry.
you serious?
Sonia, say it ain't so. No. It's like a smell I've never smelled before.
Like...
Makes sense that there's strange smells when a bunch of different things were burned.
Hey.
Hey everyone, did you know about that curtain? You mean the curtain that was on fire, right? What do you mean no? I didn't notice it until the curtain was burning, but there's space on the other side of it too. When I looked where Chiaki was pointing, there was still space beyond the burned, tattered curtain. I walked toward the burned, tattered curtain with slow, methodical steps. I'd never experienced such an oppressive atmosphere before, and I couldn't help holding my breath. And then, on the other side of the curtain, I saw the true source of the intense malice that I had been feeling. Wow, this is a sight. I had no idea what I was looking at. By the time I realized I was looking at the remains of Nagito Komaeda, the ultimate lucky student, time had already stopped. Yeah! Eventually, the shock finally registered with me. So, basically, I saw one friend I suppose streaming the game. I wanted to check it out, and I think basically she was doing the trial, and I was thinking that it was like what trial, other one. But basically, yeah, I suppose I accidentally spoiled myself that Nagito could be dead. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, yes. This happened. A numb feeling spread from the center of my brain almost instantly. Nagito is dead. Very lucky, are you? But there are several things to think about here. Like the knife, the tape, the scratches. Even when I saw this before me, I wasn't able to comprehend that reality yet.
What? What?
What's going on here? Is he really dead? He's not pretending to be dead, is he? I mean, it would be hard to be pretending to be dead when you have that finger in your stomach. I mean, it's Nagito, you know? That's right, it's Nagito. He always messed with us. He always tried to confuse us. That's why I can't believe it. Nagito ended up in such a cruel state. Nagito is dead. Deep down, I believe that when the killing finally ended, I'd never see this guy again. I never expected I'd be looking at Nagito's body like this. Nagito probably thought the same thing. I couldn't help seeing it in his dead, frightened face. But on this island, unbelievably abnormal occurrences happen all the time. Even Nagito couldn't escape that truth. But even something as small as that.
A body has been discovered! Now then, after a certain amount of time has passed, the class trial will begin!
Don't tell me.
Body discovery announcement. Then it's for real.
Hey!
The Nagito is really dead?
Damn it.
Not just that he's dead. If the body discovery announcement was made, does that mean Nagito was killed? Killed.
That's right.
Plus it's one of us. I mean, what that means, right? One of us killed Nagito. One of us killed him so brutally. Then it's going to start again. Huh? The class trial is going to start soon, right? Then...
Of course!
Yup, we gotta do it. We gotta find out who Nagito's killer is.
Hey!
No matter who you guys sacrifice, you're determined to survive and leave this island, right? And the time for action is now. So, allow me to give you the familiar Monokuma file. Hold it right there. What? Don't get in my way like that. I was about to whip out the Monokuma file in such a cool way. Shut up! I can't stand this anymore. How much longer are you going to keep putting them through this? No more. I won't let you. I'll make sure I pulverize your evil intentions.
Hey!
Say something.
What's this?
Oh, now I remember who you are. You're Monami. You just now noticed? Anyway, Monami, if you're gonna talk about my intentions, why don't you talk about yours first? Huh? What are your intentions anyway? Why are you keeping everyone cooped up on this island? I'm sure everyone here wants to know too, you know? No fair? You're shutting up too!
Wait!
Enough already! We already have enough to deal with concerning Nagito. Please, do not say anything else that will confuse us. Nagito was fun though! I'm sad this happened. It was fun having him around though. Like really. He was the source of entertainment.
Hey,
Anyway, let's begin. But,
this is just...
I mean, in the end, we still have to do it, right? As long as killing happens, we can't do anything about it, right? We have no choice but to do it, right? Besides, it's our fault that we couldn't even prevent it. I know. That's the only way we can survive, right?
Nice!
Looks like you kids are way more well-behaved than Monami.
Don't fuck with me!
Bit tired of this too, you know? That's wild. I'll definitely make sure to finish this for good this time.
This is kind of...
Does that mean I'm not getting bored of this school trip?
Actually...
Don't worry, the end is near. Huh? The end?
What's the matter?
Don't make a face like a pig that's about to become bacon. You'll already notice it, right? The meaning behind that Monokuma timer. Oh, I guess there's only 2 days left, huh? When the timer reaches 0, 2 days from now, what will happen to us? The killing soul trip will be over.
Hey,
This is finally be over.
are you
Does
serious?
that mean we can go home?
What are you gonna do?
Don't count your bears before they're hatched. There's still something you gotta do before that, right?
So...
Once again.
The Monokuma file!
Phew.
You guys need to find out who Nagito's killer is and survive the class trial. If this ends here, there won't be an afterward at all.
Do your best.
Okay, I wonder if I should do this now. Because it's almost 1 AM.
Wait!
But tomorrow's Sunday. But, yeah. Hold on.
I won't forgive you.
I won't let you escape this time. Wait, right here, right there. What do you guys think? School trip is nearly at an end. It's safe to think that we can go home, right?
But still...
Hazuichi, I understand how you feel, but we need to focus on Nagito's case first.
Damn it!
We can go home. What do you think of us if we screw up here?
Alright!
Let's hurry up and solve Nagito's case so we can all go back home.
However...
It is nice to think everyone can go home, but that is impossible, right? I mean, someone in this room killed Nagito. There's a killer among us. The weight of those words began to sink into me. It was true of the previous cases, but was it really true this time? No matter how much I tried, I couldn't believe it. Because the victim was Nagito? Because his death was so abnormally cruel? No, it wasn't just that. There was something more to it than that. And whatever that was, it was stuck inside me. First, we need to look at the Monokuma file. Wow, what is this music? Nice. The victim is Nagito Komaeda. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration in his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. What a tragic situation. Just reading this is making me depressed. Is there something wrong with this Monokuma file? Again? But what's wrong with it? Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife in the his right hand.
Yep.
It's definitely weird. Well, I guess I'll find out if I look around. That's what the investigation is for. Don't worry if form conclusion on your own. It makes me more worried than I should be. We can discuss it later. Right now is our only chance to investigate. So we should investigate first. If we don't, there won't be anything for us to discuss. Well, I guess you're right. Then let's stand with the areas surrounding Nagito's body. I should start with the back of the warehouse. Since the curtain blocked most of the water, this area wasn't affected by the sprinkles that much. Thanks to that, I can properly investigate Nagito's body. I never thought I'd have to investigate Nagito's body. I probably didn't expect to end up like this either. Okay, so we have all the characters. Let's start with the body then. I never expected Nagito to die like this. He was always spouting nonsense about hope and trying to confuse the hell out of us. But even so, dying like this is just too cruel. Also, he wasn't completely useless. There were times that we were only able to reach the truth because of him. But everything good and bad about him is gone. We'll never be confused by him again. We'll never be saved by him again. No, now isn't the time to think about unnecessary things. I need to focus on the investigation right now. For now, I need to investigate everything about his body that catches my eye. Oh, that's gotta be a lot. Oh, so this is burnt. Nagito's right wrist is tied with rope. But it looks like the tip of that rope burned off. Could this be a result of the fire? But that's weird. If the rope is burnt off like this, why are Nagito's clothes completely unaffected by the fire when he was so close to the blaze? Here's a knife. The knife is stabbed through Nagito's right hand. Did the killer do this? How could he do something so cruel? This knife. It must be from the military base. Military base? Now that you mention it, you're right. It looks like a survival knife.
Well?
By the way, it seems the wounds on his legs and left eye were caused by that same knife. Which means, after the killer was finished stabbing Nagito's legs and left arm, they stabbed the knife through his right hand.
It cannot be!
And then they finished him off with a spear.
How cruel!
Then does that mean the killer went to the trouble of using two weapons, a knife and a spear? But they could have just killed him by stabbing him with a knife. Why did they need to use a spear at all?
You are right.
That is definitely strange. At the time, because obviously there is an issue of alibis here. Because obviously we all, except for Sonya, gathered at the plushie factory. So, who did this? I mean, obviously Sonya is suspicious, but it's not her. I don't think. Because then why would she bring these facts up currently? And also, if she's suspicious, that means she's not the killer, right? That's how stuff works. Yeah. Is there a reason they had to use it? So yeah, basically, if it's not Sonya, then the killer was with us at the factory. Therefore, perhaps they needed the spear to kill Nagito. No, wait. Yeah. When was Nagito killed, though? That is a... Yeah. I mean, Nagito could have been killed. There's a lot of time for this all to happen. No, wait. No, wait. It was stated in the Monokuma file that he died at like noon sharp, right? Anyway, I have a pet, right? Yeah. Let's look at it. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp, see? At noon sharp, everyone was at the plush factory. Therefore, there was some sort of setup. So I suppose that's why the spear is here. That's probably the reason why they had to use a spear. A knife wouldn't work. Probably. Heat. Both of Nagito's legs are tied up. Each rope is tied to the pillars nearby. He wouldn't have been able to move at all. According to the Monokuma file, the wounds on his legs are all stab wounds. Does that mean the killer didn't just tie up Nagito, they also stab his legs? Why would the killer do something like that? I mean, this seems like torture. Or what, for answers maybe?
Damn it!
Seems to read it's pretty sadistic. The killer must have been holding a huge grudge toward him. Or they might have been torturing him. Torture? Yeah, that could be also true. I mean, if they just wanted to kill him, they could have just stabbed him once in the chest, right? If you disregard the spear in his chest, that the wounds were inflicted for reasons other than killing. Which means the wounds all over Nagito's body were from the killer torturing him. If that's the case, what was the killer trying to make Nagito confess? Was it something that would have led to the traitor?
Even so.
No, even if it was torture, there's no doubt that the killer must have held a deep grudge toward Nagito. Choosing to let him die easily, I can totally understand a dark impulse like that. But even if they held a grudge against him, would they really have gone this far? Hey, I suppose there's a spear. A spear with a flashy ornament on it is impaled deeply into Nagito's stomach. Is this from the Nazumi castle? I wonder. Or is this from the military base? There's no way around it. That looks like the fatal wound.
What's this?
Oh my, what's this? Such a strange looking spear, isn't it? A cord extends from the tip of the handle, and there's an iron weight attached to it. I see. I'll use the cord as a whip to capture the enemy and deliver the final blow with the spear. This is your first time looking at this too? Of course not. This is the spear of Gungnir, right? You definitely just came up with that now.
Hey!
By the way, I wanted to ask you, where did the spear come from? I feel like I saw it at Nazumi Castle. Yep.
What?
Nazumi Castle?
What the
I
hell?
was designed to be afraid of mice. I can't go in there. Damn you mice. Damn you all to hell. I see. Even he doesn't know what's inside that castle. Well, more importantly, I need to focus on the investigation. The spear definitely catches my eye, but the weight on the end of the cord coming out of that handle. It looks like that part has blood on it too. But for some reason, this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Okay, so that is where you'd grab something. Where it was tied up. Or something like that. It's about the size of a human fist. It's strange that this section of the cord doesn't have blood on it. Also, Chiaki mentioned this earlier, but apparently that spear came from Nezumi Castle. It might be better if I confirm that later. He must have been in great pain. Clearly had this agonizing look on his face when he died. His mouth is covered with duct tape. Was this to keep Nagito from screaming for help?
This is bad.
Jeez, what a horrible look on his face. The blood splattered all over it doesn't help either. I would think his mouth is covered with duct tape, otherwise I wouldn't be able to look at him. Got a minute? Sorry, excuse me. Chiaki moved past Kazuichi and me and squatted down next to Nagito's face. And in one smooth movement, she ripped the duct tape off his mouth. Hey, what are you doing?
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. I'll put it back right away once I'm done investigating here.
Hey!
Putting the tape back isn't the issue, you ungrateful swine. You're gonna get cursed! The blood on Nagito's face. It looks like it mostly came from the slice in his left arm. If that's the case... It's no use, she's not listening.
Hey!
Hey, about the blood that splattered on his face. There's no blood under the duct tape. What's wrong with that?
Well?
This duct tape has crinkles, like it was sticking toward the inside of his mouth, right? Nagito, was probably desperately moving his mouth under the duct tape. Easy, what's wrong with that? She means Nagayo's mouth was covered with duct tape before he got those wounds all over his body. So he tried to shout, which caused the duct tape to get stuck into his mouth a bit. But what's wrong with that? Is that something we really need to worry about? I mean, if you're torturing somebody for answers, you gotta leave them, with a way to talk back. But if duct tape was placed before all the torture, then what? Then why? Is a question. Like, is it just a rage at that point? Somebody was so full of Nagito they'd done this? I don't really get it, but just put the duct tape ban on his mouth already. Oh, controller. Window sounds.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, this might be some kind of clue too. I should remember it. Have I not? Yeah, left hand. There's a cut on his upper left arm. His legs and right hand have stab wounds, but this wound looks like a slice. That's probably the reason that the wound on his left arm doesn't look that deep compared to his other wounds. Well, regardless, it doesn't change the fact that it's a hideous wound. There's blood everywhere.
Super difficult.
There's something strange. Strange what?
See?
Look at the palm on his left hand. I think that blood is from when his left arm was sliced, but doesn't the blood splatter look strange? It cuts off right in the middle of his palm. Okay, so currently we have a clean hand and a clean part of that thing connected to the spear. So perhaps he was holding that in his left hand somehow. Yeah, it definitely cuts off. Maybe that's as far as the blood could reach when it's splattered. Well, that would explain the blood in his palm, but there's something else that's strange. When you flip it over and look at the back of his hand, there, that's also blood, but only about the middle joint of each finger. Okay, now this is stranger. You're right, but why is it only on this part?
See?
But just as I said, right? It's strange, right? I win. Yeah, sure, you win. Yeah, half glove does seem to fit here. But were there any such items at any points? Maybe duct tape? But then... But it's definitely strange. What did the killer do to make the blood splatter like this? I guess I'm done with the area surrounding Nagito's body. Jeez, I can't believe I actually investigated such a grisly looking body. Even I'm surprised at myself. Does this mean I'm used to it? Yeah, I mean, that's... like this is the 5th time. You adapt, don't you? My classmate's dead body is right in front of me, and one of my peers is the killer responsible. I have to investigate his stuff so I can find his killer. Am I used to something as abnormal as that? That would mean I'm becoming abnormal too. What's interesting is this. Monokuma is dead. There's blood coming out of his stomach. Hey. No response. He's dead, Jim. Just kidding. I'm not dead. Is this one of the life-size plushies that were being produced at this factory? If you're mistaking a plushie for me, then there's something wrong with you. You're a stuffed animal, too. Don't put oversized garbage there. It's so misleading.
What the heck?
What are you calling oversized garbage? Could this be one of Monokuma's tricks? And why'd he do it? Making a hole like it got stabbed and going to the trouble of dirtying the hole with blood? Like you tried to imitate Nagito's body or something?
What are you saying?
I had nothing to do with that. Huh?
You're so evil.
He's probably lying. Seriously, you're always lying. You should just die like that plushie over there.
What's this?
You seem more pissed than usual these days, Monami, but you better watch what you say. If I feel like it, I can wipe out you easily, you know? I don't give it to your frets. I'll fight you until the very end.
I can't lose.
I will definitely take back the seat of world supremacy from Monokuma. Oh. Looks like those annoyances are gone. If it wasn't Monokuma's trick, then who did this? Would the killer have done this? If so, is this Nagito's blood? I have no idea how this connects to the incident. Okay, I think I know. Maybe. So, you know, there's this. And then there's the clean section here. So, perhaps that's the thing. So, in order to put that, how do freaking call that? Let me, cord. So in order for you to get, I suppose the plushie was here probably, maybe. And in order for you to get the cord for the plushie, you'd have to have a hole the size of this weight. And that's why this is so big. But then there's a question of why this was even needed. And then how did it stay? Looks like a bunch of plastic bottles. Remnants of plastic are scattered all over the place. This is probably... those fire grenades that we used to put out the fire. Well, they weren't actually that useful in the end. The fire was only extinguished thanks to the sprinklers. While nevertheless, this evidence really isn't all that strange. Ah, it's an oil lighter. This is where the curtains would have been hanging. It's also like the fire did extensive damage here. If the oil lighter was placed here...
Just kidding.
An oil lighter. Someone probably wanted to keep warm. It's a most foolish thought. This is clearly the cause of the fire.
Well?
Oil lighters can continue to burn even after someone lets go of them.
Which means?
So, using that, the curtain was set on fire. Using the oil lighter, huh? Do you think the killer set up some sort of trick with it?
You are right.
The killer probably planned to destroy evidence by setting this warehouse on fire. They caused the fire to destroy evidence? That's the only reason I can think of why a killer would set fire to their crime scene, but... I suppose this is all for the items, so... time to talk to people! Better for Gundam's killing and for Mikan's. Looks like it's different this time. Doesn't matter this time. What doesn't matter? The time! Looks like the time doesn't matter. That's clearly written in the Monokuma file. The time of death was noon sharp. It was at noon. What were we doing at that time? What were we doing? But right now it's 12:30 p.m. So it also has a clock function. And that means Nagito died 30 minutes ago. Huh? Happened that recently? It's totally a fresh kill. Fresh seems like a bad way to describe it. It happened 30 minutes ago. Was it around the time we were struggling with the bombs? You're right. Those fake bombs were originally supposed to explode at noon. Which means whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is Nagito's killer. But this could be like when Nekomaru died. Okay, you could have also used some kind of automatic setup. Also, the crime looks very detailed, so they would have needed time to prepare. Wow, Akane, you're like being smart right there. Whoever doesn't have an alibi before we found the bombs is suspicious.
Huh?
Wait, none of us have an alibi for that time. That's why we all split up to search for the bombs. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, that is correct as well.
Like,
Not freaking out about it like Kazuichi, but I definitely can't stop thinking about it. When the Monokuma timer reaches 0 2 days from now, what's going to happen? What's gonna happen?
That's obviously
Sure, the
wrong.
school trip is gonna end, right? We're gonna finally go back home. Carefree till the end. Does that mean you don't think that'll happen?
Well, yeah.
Monokuma might be planning to make us do something after the countdown ends.
Hey,
What do you mean, something?
shut up!
He's making us kill each other, you know? What could be worse than that?
Damn it!
I don't know. But this is Monokuma we're talking about, you know? There's no way this will end smoothly with a countdown. Anyway, yeah, after the countdown ends, Monokuma was like, oh, haha, guys, now we're filming romance comedy. That's it, relax. Anyway, like you said before, if we screw up here, it's the end for us. For now, let's focus on the investigation. We'll think about the countdown after we leave for the class trial. Yeah, I know. Don't bring up strange stuff like that. Sure, you didn't tell me anything that important, did you? She looks like she's deep in thought while staring at the ceiling. What happened? Is there something strange about the ceiling? Yeah, about that sprinkler. That's one of the sprinkler heads that activated to put out the fire.
Well,
You can see there, what? Right next to it, right? There.
see?
Can you see that red streak? Huh? You're right, I definitely see it. Looks like a small red line on the ceiling. I don't know how to read that, but is it girder? Guide? I don't know.
Perhaps.
Is that blood? Blood? The color definitely looks like blood, but there's no way blood could get up there, right? The cord! Plus, it's in a straight line. That's why I've been staring at it. I think it's strange. It's definitely strange. I should remember this. Now then, I guess it's enough investigating the area behind the curtain. The killer's goal wasn't just killing Nagito. There should have been another reason as well. If not, they wouldn't have gone to the trouble of tying him with rope and covering his mouth with duct tape. Not just that, there's no reason to inflict any wounds other than a fatal one. So, what was the reason? Looks like I better investigate other areas to figure that out. Who would have done this? Out of all these characters, is one of them going to snap and change personality? Like, Sonya is suspicious, so maybe it's not her because of that. I don't think Fuyuhiko would kill her, like what? I don't think it's Chiaki. Who? Kazuichi? Akane? I mean, what if Akane is actually playing dumb all the time? But then, I have no idea. Alright, I should try investigating the other areas inside this warehouse first. The music! There's a lot of tipped over Monokuma panels. Oh, look, this is interesting. So, I suppose they were placed like dominoes. And then knocked down. Okay, I suppose there was... Okay, I suppose this was part of the setup. To perhaps make the spear fall. The question is how. The panel near the curtain in the back is tipped over and burned. Did the fire do that? But why are they scattered like this? The last time I came here, I seem to recall... They should have been neatly put away. Maybe we're the ones who made this mess. Huh?
See?
Look, the tipped over panel by the entrance is really close to the door, right? Oh... So, maybe the reason these panels are tipped over is... It's fine, I'll open it slowly. It's not the problem. Oh, okay. So we tipped them over. Like that. So I suppose it could be the setup for the fire. But... What was the time then? If we knew, then... Seriously, it'll be fine. We'll go to kind of brush off everyone's warnings and slowly open the door to the warehouse. Oh, it's not opening? There's something blocking the door. I can barely open it. But it's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? If I tell you it'll be fine, just gotta use a little more force. And opening it slowly. And ignore the protest and the mighty kick the door will open. Yep. Could it be? Was that it? And there's something else I've been wondering.
Hey.
These monochrome panels are tipped over starting from the entrance to the back of the warehouse, right? They seem to be lying on top of each other, in a straight line. Yeah, compared to the other tipped over panels, that line is the only one that's neat and orderly.
So...
Isn't this clearly strange? Strange, that means... You can speculate this was done intentionally. Okay, look, so basically Akane bursts the door open, and so they fall. To there. Then I suppose the fire starts, but then how would you start the fire? Would the lighter oil be just there and then they tip it over and it would light up the curtain? I mean... Doesn't really... seem like the best thing. Tons of CDs. All these CDs, they're all copies of Monokuma's music. They should have been burned too. Okay, cool. MP3 player. This is an MP3 player. There's even speakers plugged into it. But why is this here?
Maybe...
Looks like that weird music was playing from there. No, that music that was blaring when the fire started. Yeah, you're right. It gets busted from getting branched by the sprinklers. There's no mistaking it. That music was playing from that MP3 player. I don't disagree with that, but why was the killer playing music from this? Okay, so theory number 1. It's some sort of symbol. Theory number 2. It was to maybe... Like, could our actions have killed Nagito? Like, bursting the door open. What if this line was to kill Nagito? Like, to make the spear fall. But, perhaps, we got here way later. But if we didn't... because again, we remember that those bombs went off at sometime before the noon. Because all characters were like, oh, Nagito, why'd you miscalculate? Right? So that happened a bit before noon, and then afterwards we went here. So if we went here at noon sharp or something like that, and then Akane burst the door, and then these somehow make the spear fall, then Nagito would have made a lot of noise. So maybe the killer was trying to distract us by playing music. But wasn't the music too quiet for that? I'm wondering. So like we just pay attention to the music and not any other noises, and then bam, fire. Yeah. Or it could be some sort of symbol too. Why though? Okay, let's talk to people. Looks like this side is completely soaked because of the sprinkler. Even if there was an important clue here, we might not be able to notice it. But it's better than the warehouse burning to the ground. Good thing we were able to put out the fire.
Hey.
But there was a lot of smoke. It's a good thing we didn't go inside when we were throwing the grenades.
You are right.
I agree. If we did, we would have been caught by the sprinklers and become all wet and soggy. Miss Sonia's all wet. She'll drenched and soggy. Uh-huh.
Hey!
You're thinking that, huh?
Of course not!
I wasn't thinking it at all.
Say what?
Why are you responding, Kazuichi? I was asking Hajime.
Whoa!
You're screwing with me?
Yes.
Oh, by screwing? How lewd. Please don't look at me with such fearful eyes. Only imagine it for a second. Kazuichi, you should probably just keep your mouth shut already. There are a bunch of books stacked on top of each other. Apparently they contain Monokuma sodas, which kind of completely soaked them. I can't even turn the pages anymore. But it's not like I'm missing much. Matter for Gundam scaling in from Nikons.
Hey!
Looks like this time doesn't that. Yeah. The estimated time of death is moved sharp. This is the same dialogue. Yeah. So. Well, even though I did say I was gonna freaking kill him, there's no way I would have actually done it. I was just upset, you know?
Jeez, you're
Think about the countdown after we live for the class trial. Looks like Sonya's focused on investigating the warehouse. Which reminds me, there's something I needed to ask her about. Now that we've pretty much finished investigating Nagito's body, I think it's time to talk to her. Hey Sonya, do you have a minute? Yes, what is it? I want to talk to you about when that fake bomb Nagito set in the warehouse exploded. Right before it exploded, you said something like this, right? It's alright, it's not a bomb. Why did you know the bombs were a fake? Well, that's not all either. When we were looking for the bombs, why were you at the military base? I thought you were supposed to be searching the central island. Plus, when I called for you, you didn't come to the factory right away. Where were you and what were you doing during that time?
Oh my! It cannot
Do you suspect me? It is a misunderstanding. I am not the killer. Jesus, shit, you son of a bitch! Sonya. Sonya?
I am sorry.
I am terribly sorry. I was panicking. I shall come down and explain to you why I was at the military base. When I first explored the final island, I discovered the vast amount of bombs there. Huh?
Well?
At first, I was worried that someone might use them for nefarious reasons if I announced it to everyone. So I kept that silent the whole time. Does that mean when you heard Nagito planted bombs, you got suspicious and went to investigate them?
That is...
And as I suspected, the bombs had disappeared. I thoroughly searched for them inside the military base, but the bombs were nowhere to be found. And because you were searching for them, you realized where we all gathered.
Please listen.
And because of that, I reached the conclusion. The bombs Nagito brought were from the military base, which means they were fake bombs. How did you find out that the bombs at the military base were fake? Because I attempted to use one of them. What? I thought one of the bombs would be strong enough to blast open the door to the ancient ruin. At the time, I still believed the bombs were real. And I thought that I could use one of them to gain entrance to the ancient ruin.
However, that plan was an utter failure.
Hi, Monami.
The bomb was not real. It was merely a fireworks display. God damn it, all to hell!
I see. So that's why you're the only one who knew the bombs at the military base were fake.
I did. As did Monami as well. She was also secretly peeking at the bomb. Which means...
If those bombs are the same ones that disappeared, it would mean Nagito took them. That is why I knew it was a fake. However, I did think it was strange when Nagito blew up the hotel lobby. Oh my god, Kazuichi, how did you survive this? And you seemed fine as well. That bomb was real, and I could not stop thinking about it. But upon further reflection, that might have been Nagito's plan all along. He showed us a real bomb to make us believe that the bombs he set were real as well. So the Nagito's actions were extremely calculated. The problem is his reason for doing it. With this, I have explained everything.
You have a minute.
There should be no more reason for you to doubt me. You're right, I got it. Alright, I've pretty much finished looking for clues inside the warehouse. I was able to find some clues, but there are still so many things that I don't understand yet.
Hold it.
You look worried. Yeah, I am.
Well?
At a time like this, it might be good if you broaden your investigation range. I mean, it's good to investigate other places as well. She might be right. There are several things I've been wondering about besides the criminal scene. The military base that Sonia mentioned, the plushie factory next door, Nazumi Castle where the spear originally came from, and Nagito's room too. I'm going to understand the reason for his actions. I need to know more about him. I'm pretty sure the others have already finished investigating.
Can you hear me?
Hey, you guys! Isn't it about the time we leave this place and try exploring other areas too? In response to Chiaki, the others gathered around her.
I see.
I agree. I was just thinking about proceeding to another area. It seemed we had the same idea. But is it safe? There won't be anyone to guard the crime scene.
Yep.
We don't have a choice. There just aren't enough of us. Besides, we've investigated all we can here. Guess you're right.
See?
Also, it looks like the clues I found aren't enough to piece this incident together. So, we need to search for them in other areas, probably. Well, alternatively, if there aren't any clues in other areas either, we'd have to give up completely. Don't really need to say that.
Hey, hey!
But it's okay if we leave this place. It's okay. There's no time for us to stand around. In order to survive, there's no other way except to do it. In order to survive, we need to find Nagito's killer. If we don't sacrifice that person, nobody can survive. That's our reality. That's why there's no time for us to stand around. I suppose factory is right here, so factory it is. Or should I leave this to another day? It's been almost 4 hours and I think... Oh yeah, you're not gonna leave now. I think this is a good time to split stuff. It's 1:30 a.m. Yeah. I mean, I'm enjoying this as well. And I'm very interested. But I don't want to get up too late tomorrow. I just want to sleep. So, yeah. So yeah. I suppose next time then, we're gonna finish the investigation. We still have a lot of places to go, and then the mighty trial. Oh my god, trials. Okay. Well then... I suppose let's find somebody to raid. Okay. Yes, music. I'm not typing. There we go. So, I suppose we'll have this great music. So, time to recap, I suppose. So yeah, we explored the 5th island. It's not that vast. It's just 2 places. And I suppose our daily lives, it wasn't all that big today. It wasn't all that long. Yeah. So Nagito died. I'm kinda sad about that. I know Nagito's weird, but look. His presence is very entertaining. Okay? That's a thing. As for who killed him, oh my god, I don't know. All these characters we have? Just... I don't know. I don't know which one of them could do it. I suppose somebody gotta snap and show their true side. Unless this is a trick. Like in the first game, yeah, like what if Akane was pretending? Anyway, the raid is happening. Have your last daily. Bye. Next Saturday, Danganronpa.